Alrighty, good to go. Yep, there it is. Awesome. Alrighty. Greetings, everyone. I am Dr. J, and our time with Battlezone is rapidly coming to a close. Well, not rapidly. We've probably got a month's worth of streams given that I'm only doing these weekly, but you know what? It is coming along quite nicely. Last time we jumped into this game, we wrapped up the Red Storm campaign, which was added as part of an expansion of this game. And now, we get to go to the longer campaign, i.e. Dogs of War. So for those of you who are new to this game, the setting is effectively an alternate history where Cold War era powers discovered an alien material called biometal, which they could use to create insanely powerful weapons and insanely advanced technology, and now they're chasing each other through the stars. The base game showed a conflict between the US and Soviet Union, and the Red Odyssey has the Chinese Communist Party get involved. So, with that in mind, we're going to be playing the American side of that tale now. So, let's see what chat's up to and then we'll begin. Would you rather be in a sauna for 1 year and you can't die and it'll be forever increasing in temperature, or be in Antarctica for 1 year and if it gets colder, and it gets colder each day and you can't die? I prefer dealing with heat than cold, honestly, because the heat you just gotta learn to deal with. It's not like you can just put on an extra layer and be good. The Arctic, though, the cold, you're constantly just taking layers on and off, especially if you're out doing stuff, so yeah, I'll take hot over cold any day. So, speaking of cold, Ganymede. Cold little moon off of Jupiter. So, let's get into it. The brother will be along eventually, but he is not as of right now around. We'll hear from him before too long. So, let's jump into this. Welcome to Ganymede, Lieutenant. As you are probably aware, yesterday we lost 3 grizzlies and several scavengers. There is no trace of them to be found anywhere. You and your men are to proceed to their last reported coordinates and mount a reconnaissance patrol to look for the missing units. NSDF Command suspects Russian involvement, but without any wreckage or survivors, we cannot prove a thing. Alright, off we go then.
We arrived on Ganymede as the struggle for the Fury technology began in earnest. We felt left out. We were assigned recon and scrap collection duties. There were a lot of discontents on Ganymede, and for 2 weeks our morale and discipline dropped further and faster every day. But then we lost the 4th platoon. They were out on routine scrap duty and simply disappeared. We hadn't heard from them for at least 48 hours. Command ordered a search party. We were all anxious to find out what happened to our friends, but on the other hand, on the deeper level, we didn't really want to know.
These are your orders, Lieutenant. Build your base and send out a reconnaissance patrol. Command wants to know what's happened to the units that were out here yesterday. They suspect Russian involvement.
Off we go. Oh hey, Dwayne, how you doing? So you choose Antarctica from this question? I lose senses way faster? You know what, that is a fair point. Although it depends on how swiftly. Although actually, yeah, eventually...
Power. Deploying. Construction started.
You know what, that is fair. You would eventually run out of... well...
Building
you would eventually
complete.
stop feeling
Bobcat
anything, so
here.
that is a fair
Protecting
concern.
unit.
That is a fair way to
Recycler
look
here.
at it.
Construction started.
Alright, so they're not gonna let me build...
Building complete. Bobcat here. Protecting unit.
Alright, so they're not gonna let me build
HQ,
a
do you
factory.
copy? I'm getting some strange readings here. We see them too, Lieutenant. Probably just some space dust. We've dropped a nav beacon there. Go and take a look.
Off we go then. Hang on a minute. Wait a minute, you can see the... hello? SP stabbers are wonderful. Nah, sucker.
What the hell? Where did they come from? Get back and defend that recycler, Lieutenant.
Well, shoulda kept... well, I'm not gonna be able to...
Base under attack.
You lost the recycler, Lieutenant. Now it'll take us weeks to find out what went on down there.
Unit lost.
Did I already just lose the battle right off the bat? Yep. Okay. Replay
We
mission.
arrived.
These are your orders.
Alright, so if that's the case, then I suppose I'll have to keep the tanks. Well, I'll have to keep a light tank here in order to disrupt them. Or I need to let them get closer to me so I can
Where's the
pursue
power?
more effectively.
Moving out.
Or I set up a
Power.
turret. Well, the problem is I don't
In
have
transit.
much time to check that out. I wonder if I've got a time limit on how
Where's the
long they
power?
expect me to see that.
Deploying. Construction started. Bobcat here. Protecting unit. Bobcat
Alright.
here.
One to defend the
Building complete.
scavengers,
Protecting unit.
another to defend the
Recycler
rest.
here.
That should do.
Construction started.
What else is Shadow too? Hang on, I need to turn down the volume on my end. There we go.
Building complete.
Would you rather be in a game of your choice or in a show of your choice? I'm not sure what I would prefer in that
HQ,
instance.
do you copy? I'm getting some strange readings here. We see them too, Lieutenant. Probably just some space dust. We've dropped a nav beacon there. We'll go and take a look.
Alrighty, off we go. Let's see if we can be a little smarter this time. Yep, we've already lost and it's not even 5 minutes. I know, that's weird, Lou. I'm not usually this incompetent. Most of this.
What the hell? Where did they come from? Get back and defend that recycler, Lieutenant.
I think I need to defend myself first.
Warning. Damage critical. Unit lost.
Recycler here. Construction started.
Wow. Wow. Okay, if that's gonna how it's gonna be,
Build your
okay,
base.
then
Send out a
well then, I guess both of the offensive units are protecting it. Crap.
Where's the power? Getting power. Protecting unit. Where's the power?
Alright, let's try that one more time.
Deploying. Construction started. Building.
What, should I wait to... Actually, you know
Building
what?
complete.
Let's not
Construction
go
started.
attack them. Let's wait. This is gonna be a stream? Pretty
Building
much.
complete. Recycler here.
Alright, what else is shout out
Construction
to?
started.
Ever watching Asian dub? What do you mean by that, Gilgamesh?
Building complete.
Sending you a video on Discord to watch
HQ,
after
do you
stream?
copy? I'm
Oh
getting
boy.
some strange readings here.
Let's see. What else
We
is
see
shout
them
out
too,
to?
Lieutenant. Probably just some space dust. We've
Also
dropped
in
a nav
advance-
beacon
oh.
there. Go and
What's
take a
shout out
look.
to? Also in advance, I wouldn't be particularly active today on stream because I'm currently playing... I'm assuming that's Neverwinter Nights 2, and goodness that that game sucked me in. I never completed it before, and I just did the main campaign today and started Mask of the Betrayer. Yeah, eventually I'll need to double back and see what those games have to say for themselves. Should be an
What
interesting
games?
time if I can make time for it. Oh look, the brother has arrived. Let me share my
Yep.
screen.
Sure.
Behold. I've already lost
it's
twice.
just your...
Hang on, did I send the wrong thing?
No, I just didn't have the thing properly selected. Okay, so back in the canopy of the grizzly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I like the small aesthetic differences.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
this time I'm gonna let my scavengers build up some scrap so I can set up some turrets to reinforce my light tanks, because I've already had my recycler blown up twice.
Recycler here.
It's been bad.
Ooh.
Started.
And it's been 10 minutes.
This would be been a good time for a Saka slap.
You're here. You're the
Yeah,
boss.
yeah. Okay. Let's see if I can
Basically-
get away with insanity now.
By the way,
Perhaps I didn't make myself clear. Go investigate the nav now.
Yeah, I'm getting there. I want to make sure my
Definitely.
tanks and my turrets are fine. How dare I?
if the NSTF is considered the normal Legion, do you think the Black Dogs would be a heroic variant of some craft?
No idea. Depends on how you're defining your terms.
Oh, well, kind of in sort of in Empire War terms, sort of, or kind of like the 501st of the NSTF.
Okay, that's taken care of.
What the hell? Where did they come from?
Alright, Bobcats, shoot them.
Get back and defend that recycler, Lieutenant.
Base under
At least this time I'm in a position to defend it.
Construction started.
There we go. Now we actually stand a
Building
chance.
complete.
Get those back off, mongoose.
Well, there's another mongoose firing on it. Damn it! How many are there? Why do they have to bum rush everything? Okay.
Badger here. You're the boss. Recycler here.
I'm just gonna set up a bunch of
Construction
turrets.
started.
I really wish they would let me set up more than that, but no, never
Building
mind me.
complete. Recycler here. Construction started. Badger here.
Nah, keep it close to the recycler.
Command says pull out, Lieutenant. You'll need heavier units out there.
Okay, now is where you pack up and try and... Oh,
Okay, I didn't realize how short these missions were, but then again, this is the American version, so...
well, or American Special Forces version.
Well,
And-
still, the
or-
American missions tend to be shorter anyway, as what they intend for you to play first, but we decided to be silly. There
Yeah,
is a chronological order you can play the missions in, but I decided not to worry about that.
yeah, but believe it or not, in this case, all of the Chinese missions came before, or the Black Dog missions.
What else chat up to before we get onto this? Thoughts on the System Shock remake? I hear it's good. I have heard that too, I just don't know too much about it. What else is... So, looks like all that needs to be seen too. Alrighty. Hidden enemy. Intelligence has confirmed that the units you met while on patrol are Chinese, but we still know very little about why they are here, or even how long they have been here. They have some form of technology allowing their tanks to become invisible to radar in sight, which we guess to be derived from an alien relic. We will have to be very careful not to be caught unawares by this. We need to know more about the Chinese. We are to head a recon mission to locate the Chinese HQ and find out as much as possible about the cloaking device. Alrighty. Our observations of the Chinese craft suggest that they are unable to use their weapons while cloaked, but this is not the advantage it may have first seemed, since they are totally undetectable while cloaked. Bear in mind that the first warning you get of Chinese presence near you will be when they open fire. Lovely.
After
Or
the
when a-
surprise attack
or-
from the
brother.
Chinese forces, morale was at its lowest. If this new enemy could hide itself so thoroughly, how could we defend ourselves? But to their credit, Command pushed us on. We might have complained at the time, but in hindsight, we never would have made it without him. The mission to find the Chinese headquarters was unpopular, to say the least, but we went ahead regardless. We had no idea how much worse things were going to get.
Alrighty.
We've confirmed the unknown vehicles that you encountered are Chinese.
There's also the
They're able to travel undetected
engine
using some
exhausts.
unknown technology. We guess it's derived from more relics. Establish a base as quickly as possible. We have no idea where they may come from next.
Too bad you're not letting me get a factory up first.
Building. Building
Well, let's
complete.
You're
just
at
litter
least
the place with turrets
to
and
the
hope for the
razors
best.
now.
Badger here.
Huh?
You're the boss.
You're scouts. You have access to the razor
Building
now.
complete.
I've
If you
had
haven't
access to the
already.
Razor.
Badger here.
I just didn't buy any.
You're
I
the
wanted
boss.
static defenses, not razors.
Where did they come from? Lieutenant, we're seeing multiple Chinese units to the southeast and southwest.
Turret deployed.
Hold your position, Lieutenant. Await further orders.
Recycler here. Construction started.
I don't remember how
Turret deployed.
much I struggled with these when I did it on Total Command
Building complete.
and for Battlezone 2. But then again, I had infinite ammo and resources and such.
Yeah, that would make a difference.
Yeah, so I
Stop
will
shooting
say
at
that-
my scavengers, you dumb.
So I will say that for some of the
Recycler here.
new units that were added to that version,
Construction started.
and some of them
Badger here.
do have auto regen of health of ammo, I think.
Scavenger here.
Oh, good, it already accepted the health. Good. Alright. It's tempting to move my recycler a little closer to the scrap pile.
Recycler here.
Well,
Alright,
at
let's get a
least we're-
scout up so that I can go wandering. Wait a minute, are they gathering more scrap than normal? Oh, hello!
Building complete.
I don't know, but I think I read somewhere that the AI is given infinite pallets in scrap or something. At least for this one.
Well, yes, but that's because we basically have to turtle if memory serves, right?
Hmm?
Well,
What was
if
that?
memory serves, we basically have to turtle, right? We're just
Yeah.
stuck here trying to hold off the
I think so.
barrage.
We can't hold them off much longer, Commander. Lieutenant, get out of there now.
Uh-oh.
Saving your recycler is your #1 priority, but get
I saw
out
Naga
now.
among them.
Rendezvous at Nav Beacon Alpha.
A reminder to the fans, the Naga is the Chinese light
No scrap
tank.
storage. Ready to roll.
And we may as well get the turrets going as well.
Protecting unit.
Honestly, the turrets may actually work better as a distraction play.
Unless they come at you head on like that.
Yeah,
you
but
might
I've got
be-
ways to shoot us, so that's fine.
Engaging. Target down.
Oh, jeez. Attack me.
Oh, wait, is that a Naga?
Damage
That's a
critical.
light tank.
Oh, that's what it, no, it is the Chinese light tank.
Protecting unit.
I just realized how much damage I've taken in all this. Alrighty. So, when are we gonna get ambushed next? Maybe I should have focused on scouts over turrets. There we are.
Under attack.
Oh jeez!
Yeah!
Well, I'm gonna lose this tank.
Unit lost.
Welp. Ah, crap, I gotta replay from the start
After
then,
the
huh?
surprise attack
Alright,
from
cool.
the Chinese forces,
Yeah.
Alright then, I'll focus on scouts
Confirmed,
instead.
The unknown vehicles that you encountered are Chinese. They're able to travel undetected using some unknown technology. We guess it's derived
Yeah,
from
and
oil.
you
Establish
do
a
know
base as quickly
oh,
as
to be
possible.
wary of
We
those
have no
tanks.
idea where they may come from next.
Construction started.
Actually, since that I know that they're always coming from a specific direction, maybe I set turrets up further along.
Building complete. Construction
Maybe
started.
like having the turrets
Badger
over
here.
here.
You're the boss. Building. Building complete. Badger here. You're the boss. Recycler here. Construction
Where did they
started.
come from? Lieutenant, we're seeing multiple Chinese units to the southeast and southwest. Hold your
We'll go
position,
then.
Lieutenant. Await further orders.
Alright, let's see what shenanigans await.
Protecting unit.
Here they come.
Engaging. Turret deployed.
Oh
Target
right, I
down.
forgot. The Black Dog Scouts get
Turret
missiles
deployed.
as well. That's
Right
useful.
behind you.
Yeah, so that makes them a little
Okay, I
stronger
know I
in
heard.
a way.
Okay, I thought I saw something else on radar. Is there going to be a cloaked unit I have to worry about?
I'm trying to remember.
Well, I know they can all cloak, but I guess we'll find out. What else is chatting to? Would you rather have skills on anything you do, but you're always accused of cheating, or be gone well, really? No.
Recycler here.
So,
Construction
would you rather
started.
have, I'm presuming would you rather have skills in anything you do, but you're always accused of cheating, or be godlike at everything
Building
you do, but you
complete.
have fans watching you suffer and die a lot? How's that last one any different than what things are like right now?
Scavenger
Oh, I
lost.
suck.
Target down.
God.
Turret deployed. Badger here. You're the boss. Badger here.
We can't hold them off much longer, Commander. Lieutenant, get out of there now. Saving your recycler is your #1 priority, but get out now. Rendezvous at Nav Beacon Alpha.
Alright.
Ready to roll. You're the boss. Deploy it. You're the boss.
Alright, tanks on me.
No scrap storage.
We're gonna need to be a little more aggressive about this, I suspect, in order to keep our recyclers safe. As long as that light tank doesn't tag me, I think we're okay.
Target down. Right behind you. Badger here. You're the boss. Badger here. Got your six. Turret deployed.
Oh jeez. Should have seen that coming. Cloaking devices, they're gonna be a pain in the ass for a while.
Yeah.
Especially with how banged up my units already are. Actually, let's just make a save in case.
Right behind you.
Yeah, that's right, focus on me, not the recycling.
Unit
Turret
lost.
deployed.
One scout
Badger
down.
here.
Hopefully he wasn't a bobcat.
Badger
Oh
here.
jeez! I was focused on my mini-map instead of on what's in front of me, and now I'm going to die for it, most likely.
Turret deployed.
Oh god!
Bobcat here. I'll be right there.
Almost got out.
Well,
Turret deployed. In transit.
hopefully there's nothing else shooting at the recycler, or I might just be toast.
Badger here.
I also like how the black bobcat has a blue eyes on instead of the standard yellow, and they're more a circle instead of triangles.
Ah, hell.
Base
Standing
under
back.
attack.
I don't think I can protect it anymore. I think I may have lost. I don't think I can protect the recycler with just this light tank and a scout.
Warning. Damage critical.
Scavenger here. Standing back. Oh, follow the
Yeah,
leader.
I'm not going to be able to save this. Yep. Alright, let's load my save, and if I can avoid getting shot to pieces, maybe I'll be okay.
No scrap storage.
And we can keep from losing.
Unit
Never mind.
lost.
No, that one was pretty much gonna happen no matter what, but now that I'm at this point...
Badger here. You're the boss. Badger here. You're the boss.
Okay, but I got my SB stabbers, so that gives me a chance.
Right behind you. Badger here. You're the boss. Badger here. You're the boss.
Alright, we have a chance. Have a chance. And we've got a turret able to assist us as well.
Turret deployed. Turret deployed. Turret deployed.
Please stop.
Warning. Damage
Yes, focus on me,
critical.
not the recycler.
Deployed. Turret deployed. You're the boss. Badger here. Got your six. Badger here.
I'm gonna get very good at
Got
punching
your
in
six.
numbers by the end of this.
Badger here. You're the boss.
I'm pretty sure this is where we lose the recycler no matter what.
Yeah, I do remember the recycler
Badger here.
getting destroyed. a
Yeah, the
long
recycler's
way.
getting yeeted no matter what if memory serves.
Yeah.
Lieutenant, our propulsion systems are down. We must have taken a hit in the thrusters. We need some backup. Lieutenant, Chinese bomber coming in fast from the east. Get the hell out of there.
Yep. And there's my tank slowly floating into view.
Lieutenant, I need backup here. Lieutenant, the desert fires Leave it, Lieutenant. Save yourself.
I like that the turrets are doing absolutely nothing.
Defensive unit lost. All
Alright, there we go. The situation is dire. You are separated from the rest of your unit, and Black Dog troops all over Ganymede are suffering at the hands of similar attacks. Stay hidden for the time being, until we know the status of our other units. Alrighty. Fun times abound. Fun times abound. Alrighty. There's very little we can plan on and build order. There's very little we can plan on and build orders for you. Our forces are in total disarray after the Chinese attacks this morning. Your best course of action is to sit tight and wait for further orders. Let's see.
Because they
Alright.
know when day and night is, all things
Yeah.
considering.
Wow, they're having to distract us with a weather report. Look, they're literally giving a weather report so we don't think about what's going on right now. Let's chat up too. Would you rather lose all your progress at all your video games or lose all your videos, including photos, videos on phone, etc.? All my progress on video games. That's something that can be made back up. I mean, I've got some videos on my review channel with thousands of views on them. I don't want to let that go.
And I
If the morale was
similarly...
low after the first Chinese attacks, it was non-existent after the attack on the headquarters. All over Ganymede, the Chinese had chosen that moment to launch heavy assaults on our units. We were in total chaos. A few more casualties and Commander Harris would have had no option but to surrender. It was pure luck that we managed to regroup, but luck was all we had left.
This is an order to all units copying my transmission. Rendezvous at Nav Beacon Delta and await further orders. Stay sharp and beware of further attacks. Harris out.
I don't think this guy is...
My unit is about one click north of there. We need urgent backup. Anyone copying this, rendezvous at Nav Delta. Repeat, rendezvous at Nav Delta.
Off we go.
Ooh, follow the
You know, I don't think the character you're playing as is named, much like the other guy.
Either way.
I was tempted to come up with something, and for the Chinese character as well as this one, at least name-wise.
Already we're being shot at. Excellent.
And you actually hit one of the cloaked guys before he uncloaked.
I didn't even know he was there, too. That's the funny part. Down you go.
I wonder if it's possible to see the shimmer before it.
You can see the light and the hover on, and the effect on the ground.
Well, given my circumstances, it's kind of hard for me to be able to help you with that.
Well, usually if they get within range of me, they decloak and open fire, so it's usually not that hard. Is it worth trying to go over the mountains? I can get there, but the other units might have trouble. Let's try.
All units, any unit, we are under attack again. Reinforcing, get my wingmen down.
Let's see if we can get away with it. Nah, it doesn't look good. Well, nah, won't bother making a save this time. I'll make a save if we can get over there. No, my other units are getting stuck. Let's just restart.
This is an order to all.
Roger that, command.
Let's move. Alright, we turn around the corner and... think. Huh. I'm surprised the blind fire didn't hit anybody.
Either that, or they were too far out.
Actually, I did hit the spacebar a bunch, so maybe they don't... Maybe they were anticipating... There we are!
Yeah, you just went a little early.
Yep, preempted them by skipping ahead. Alright, let's make a save now that we're in good shape there. Get as much optimization out of it as possible. Let's chat up to you. Would you rather be immortal but you're weak as hell, or be powerful but your life is cut in half? I'm not sure what I prefer in that case, because on one hand, immortality isn't necessarily all it's cracked up to be, because then you have to watch everyone around you, well, kick the bucket.
Yeah.
On the other hand, getting my life cut in half when there's so much I want to do, that's a tough one.
All units, any unit,
Yeah.
we are under attack.
Not to mention, this almost sounds like something for rounds, if you know what I mean. Because
Oh jeez! Again, I'm not paying attention to what's in front of me. Is that your goal, Lou, just to distract me, or is that just a happy little accident?
yeah, because it ain't working.
I mean, technically it's working, but I don't like that it's working. At least there's plenty of scrap over where that recycler's going. I just gotta get there in one peek. Hello!
The recycler got through. You're the closest unit to the rendezvous point. Meet it there as quickly as possible.
I just realized how much damage I took from that.
Damage critical.
Yeah.
I think I made a mistake.
Good call, Private. That recycler's tool to build our new light assault unit. It'll be a definite advantage to have speed against this enemy.
Oh yeah.
Hey,
Ever
wait,
heard
was
of the
that part
Red
about
Devil?
a new light assault unit?
Yeah. Ever heard of a Red Devil?
I have no idea what you're talking about. Unless
you'll
you mean
see.
the Tasmanian Devil.
No. No, I'm referring to the new unit that they are talking about. No, it's called the
I
Red
didn't know
Devil.
that the Black Dogs got new units. I thought it
Well,
was just
yeah.
all American. Well, all the original
Yeah.
American units.
Yeah, they do. I think this one was added in the campaign as well as for multiplayer.
Deploying. Yes, sir. Recycler here. Construction
Well, let's
Yeah.
build one.
Believe it or
I
not,
see a turret
yeah,
ahead.
Deployed.
yep. Believe it or not, in total command, and while it doesn't normally appear, there's a chance in the second to last mission of the campaign for NSTF variations of the Red Devil to show up.
I guess that's why they had us fighting Soviets to start with, so that we wouldn't be surprised by it.
Recycler here. Construction
Or they
started.
surprised us.
The idea of the Red Devil is that it was meant to confuse
Building complete.
Russian forces because of its paint job.
Construction started. Building.
Well, it looks like those Red Devils are gonna have to beat the
Construction
stalwart
started.
defense. Ah, jeez.
Yeah, they come with, I think, AT stabbers in 10.
And it looks like there's a couple cloaked units down there too.
Yep. Be careful, one's about to come up the hill.
As long as they're distracted by me.
Base under attack.
Uh-oh.
Recycler here.
Attack on
Killing
the
as many
circular.
Red Devils as possible, but I'm kind of unable to do too much because of how damaged I am.
Building complete.
What the Red
is-
Devils even doing anything?
Red Devil here. Watching your ass.
Recycler here.
Okay, you just managed to. You just managed to stay. Oh, there's still attacking.
Building. Building complete. Construction
Well,
started.
they're attacking turrets, which is a good sign.
Oh, your skins are pretty much ammo-less.
Building complete.
Alright, got a bunch of Red Devils. We're good there.
Recycler here.
What are the scavengers coming for?
Once you get to the hey, once you get to your recycler, you should be able to get a good view. Oh, there's one.
Yeah, I accidentally hit Control All on all of them, so. Let's chat up too. Can you watch the video and put in React submissions tonight? We'll see how much time we've got. I don't see why not. What else is chat up to? Also with Xenoblade tomorrow morning? Yes. It'll be the only time I'll be able to play Xenoblade this week, as I'm gonna be otherwise
Ooh, you can possibly
occupied.
make a factory.
Alright then, we're here.
I think you can on your offensive units.
Yeah, we glad to see you, Lieutenant.
Building
Yeah.
complete.
I took a good look at the Red Devil.
Recycler here. Construction
Oh, wow,
started.
you really cut it close.
Building complete.
Turret deployed. Engaging thrusters.
I just realized the
Turret
scavengers are
deployed.
pretty far out. This could be a problem.
Badger here. You're the boss. Badger here. You're the boss.
Alrighty, we're good.
Yeah.
So now that we're
I think
here,
the Red Devil I think was meant to be a replacement for the Razor.
even though
I
we
think
got
it-
a razor, but never mind.
Yeah. Anyway,
What else is
Turret
chat up to?
deployed.
you might want to make
Apple
ammo
juice.
for your
I know Alex
first.
Spencer.
Started.
Either that or recycle them and make some more Red Devils.
Building. Building
Ammo's
complete.
cheaper.
Construction started.
Standing by. Yes, sir.
Building. Building complete.
Standing by.
Also,
Yes,
do you know what
sir.
we end up dealing with next?
I honestly can't remember.
Well, let's make a save since that we're at this point.
And
And I'll make sure.
and also
that-
since your recycler I think has gotten some health back.
yeah, it's full health now. I can honestly go wandering around and engaging in shenanigans now.
Why
so
is
that's
that
good.
Bobcat bouncing on that Red Devil?
What else is chat up to? Orange juice or apple juice, apparently. Now that's the new question from Lou.
Apple
I know your
juice,
answer.
definite.
I mean, I like both. I'm gonna be the enlightened centrist and say both. Both is good.
Yeah. I think I may have had orange juice at one time before, but it was way too pulpy for me.
Okay, you're going too far out,
New
scavengers.
orders from command, Lieutenant. The 24th lost most of their tanks in a raid by the Chinese. There's an APC full of pilots and wounded coming in from the south. Set up a base to receive it, and make sure nothing happens to it.
In other words, get some guys to protect. Why don't you have some of your Red Devils also go in and help protect it?
All my Red Devils can go and protect it. Alongside me. The damaged units and the scouts can remain behind.
I hope you got rid of that one turret that we saw in that one area.
I'm on it.
Wait, what's attacking the Red Devil? Hey, who invited you? Also, Red Devils do something. I know you're tasked with protecting something else. Okay.
Offensive unit lost.
Well,
Wow!
I think I go back to my safe so that I can actually let him have it.
Red Devil here. Heading to nav.
I think the reason they showed up is because you took around them.
I'm on it.
Hey, scavengers, go for the scrap around you. Don't be dumb. Actually, now that I know that's gonna be there, I don't want to take control of one of the Red Devils to see what it's like. What are they armed with?
I think AT Sabers and I think Tag Cannons, if memory serves correct.
That's an interesting combination.
Yeah, well, I usually like to replace the AT Stabber of my Bobcats with Tag
New
Cannon
orders from command,
in
Lieutenant.
reference.
The 24th lost
to
most
match
of their
this
tanks in a
CC
raid by the
version.
Chinese. There's an APC full of pilots and wounded coming in from the south. Set up a base to receive it, and make sure nothing happens to it.
Alright, so where's that force of Chinese tanks? Because if they're just gonna pop out of nowhere and give me what for, may as well try and preempt them by just sitting here and waiting. Especially since they'll likely tag our scavengers if we do nothing. Although, I guess we'll find out what they do.
Guarding friendly.
Well, at least the hunt option is back. Okay, they went for the... Alright, they went to attack my base.
Oh, you got enough.
Offensive unit lost.
Alright, that was a weaker scout.
Some more Red Devils.
Lost.
I want to make some more stuff.
Offensive unit
I
lost.
can't right now.
Offensive unit lost.
I think they're good, though. Actually, this is actually kind of good for me. Short term, anyway. Well, long term, anyway. Alright, there's the APC incoming. Excellent. What else is shout out to? Would you rather sound like Mr. Me seeks for eternity, or everyone else sounds like Elmo to you? That latter one sounds hilarious.
Recycler here. Construction started.
Wait a minute, I just realized that there are Chinese turrets over here. Let's blow them up.
Building complete.
Stop. Quad chain gun? That's annoying. Luckily, SP Stabber outranges them. Wait a minute. Are they being pursued?
Turret deployed.
Who's shooting?
Yes.
Oh, I see. It was just...
A pilot.
Yep.
Guarding friendly. Protecting unit.
Alright, stand this APC.
Recycler here. Construction started. Building.
I'm about to run out of pilots.
Building complete.
Pilots
Construction
position.
started.
Well, I
Now
don't
we
believe
need
getting
to
more
protect-
pilots until this APC gets there either.
Building complete.
I don't remember if there's anything else after this or not.
Watching your ass.
I guess we'll find out.
Turret deployed.
I think I went a bit overboard with the Red Devils then, but I guess we'll... Oh, enemies! Ah, they are armed with tag cannons. That's useful.
Yeah.
That's quite useful, in fact. Holy crap, they died fast.
Yeah.
Didn't even use all that much ammo either.
Yeah.
Nice.
And I think the tag cannon can help with replenishing their ammo.
Ah, crap, I just got tagged.
Attack from heavy forces, Lieutenant! We need backup stat! Some of my passengers aren't gonna be able to handle this!
Warning. Damage critical.
I'm about to lose this tank. Yep, lost the tank. Alright. Red Devil to me, please.
I'm on my way. Red Devil here. Protecting unit.
Hopefully a Chinese pilot doesn't try and steal this from me.
Hopefully you can get in there and hopefully the pilot that just ejected for you will be able to make it back okay. It probably should be okay. Okay, so it was Tag Cannon and Hornet.
Guarding friendly.
There's also room for two other weapons.
Yep, another... I'm trying to remember what
Believe it or
that's
not, I think you
well,
can-
M is mortar. I'm trying to remember
I think
what
you
S
can-
is. Oh, jeez. Base is about to be attacked.
I think you can use the Tag Cannon to also replenish your health if you shoot it into the ground.
Oh, jeez, we're about to be ambushed. How much I can do about that scavenger?
Lost.
Please stop hitting the... Please stop hitting the APC.
Scavenger. Lost. Offensive.
Oh, jeez.
Unit. Lost.
How much damage has the APC taken? Way too damn much. Holy crap. This is gonna be close.
Yeah.
I'm out of scavengers. Hopefully I won't need any more.
Hopefully we get more
Offensive.
from...
Oh my god. I
Lost.
think the Red Devils might actually be hurting my chances.
Offensive unit lost.
Actually, I have an idea. We're gonna do the cheese strat. Aw, crap, it didn't work. Did they patch it out? No, the cheese strat is still in play. Sort of. We're gonna be like the end of ET and just push it forward ourselves.
I thought you were going to go with cars for the reference of how McQueen helped King get across the finish line after. I hope that was a
Oh
recycle you made,
jeez! Okay, no more cheese strat.
especially if that damages it.
I don't think it would damage it, but it certainly did. Oh jeez, enemies.
Minuscule damage.
Offensive unit lost.
You can play that game, buddy.
Offensive unit lost.
I'm thinking I should have thrown in some scouts as well as Red Devils. Especially since most of my Red Devils are just hurting each other.
Recycler here.
Pilot
Construction
completed.
started.
Warning. Damage critical.
Yeah, I think we change up our strat. Okay, let's go to this point. Alright, so some of the Red Devils can remain behind.
Recycler here. Construction started.
Give me some ammo while I'm at it.
Building. Building complete.
We'll
Construction
leave one
started.
behind. Well, let's see.
Building complete.
Red Devil here.
Ooh, follow the
This should
leader.
be a good mixed group.
Standing by. Yes, sir.
Oh, wait.
I'm on it.
New orders from command, Lieutenant. The 24th lost most of their tanks in a raid by the Chinese. There's an APC full of pilots and wounded coming in from the south. Set up a base to receive it, and make sure nothing happens to it.
Protecting. Protecting.
Alrighty, off we go. Let's see what I can get away with this time.
I'm on it. Razor here. Ooh, follow the leader.
Alright, hopefully this time I can avoid getting myself too mulched. Actually, no.
Guarding friendly.
since that I know that that's going to be attacked first, maybe I run it this way.
Defensive unit lost. Offensive unit lost.
Interesting how the Red Devils are getting
Unit
shredded more so than
lost.
before. Actually, now that I know that I'm setting it up like this... Oh crap, wrong save. Let's try this.
Bobcat here.
Heading to nav. Red Devil here.
Right behind you.
Alright, youth, 5 follow. I plop you down, where you can be useful later. Hopefully it works out. What else is chat up to? Is it just me or do Mac computers suck? Depends on who you ask. I think they're not, well, I think they're overpriced, but then again I think everything Apple is overpriced.
Guarding
New
friendly.
orders from command, Lieutenant. The 24th lost most of their tanks in a raid by the Chinese. There's an APC full of pilots and wounded coming in from the south. Set up a base to receive it, and make sure nothing happens to it.
Alrighty.
Protecting. Construction started. Bobcat here. Heading to nav.
Red Devil here.
Alright, you guys go
Heading to
follow
nav.
him. I'll go
Building
make sure that the
complete.
main base is
Protecting
okay.
unit.
Hopefully I won't get ambushed by the tanks halfway there. Guess we'll find out.
Red Devil here. I'm going.
Standing by. Yes, sir.
Alright, let's get them. Or let's wait for them to arrive and then we mulch them.
Standing by. Oh, follow the leader. Fighting enemy. Oh, follow the leader.
That's right. Focus on me, no one else.
Offensive unit lost.
Alright, that's one group. I remember there being a lot more hell than this. There we are!
Offensive unit lost.
At least none of the turrets died this time. Alright, is that all of the Red Army that's around here?
You're the boss. Badger here. You're the boss.
Oh. Ah, pilot. I'll just run that one over. Or not. Okay. Now we've got hopefully a more
Turret
defensible
deployed.
position.
Turret deployed. Razor here. Engaging thrusters.
Alright, I'm gonna
Recycler
repair
here.
myself, get some
Construction
ammo,
started.
set up a couple more turrets to make sure that that remains a defensible spot.
Building complete.
Then I'll head over to the
Recycler
shenanigans.
here.
Bring a scout with me as well.
Construction
We're under attack from heavy forces, Lieutenant. We need backup stat. Some of my passengers aren't going to be able to handle this.
Offensive unit
Already?
lost.
Standing by. Oh, follow the leader. Recycler here. Construction started. Building complete. Razor here. Protecting. Badger here. You're the boss. Recycler here. Construction started.
Alright, set up a couple of
Building.
turrets further back just in case they try and
Building
sneak through.
complete.
Pilots
Construction
defeated.
started.
Alright, this will have to be good enough.
You're the boss.
Hopefully. What else is chat up to?
Building complete.
Yeah, let's try this one. Alright, back to
Badger
it.
here. You're the boss.
Let's see.
Turret deployed.
Alright, they're under
back.
attack by the next wave.
Oh, follow the leader. Turret deployed. Razor here. Yes, sir. Turret deployed.
Alright, I believe we should be able to keep everything defensible over that way now. Probably don't even need the scouts, but hey. Hopefully the APC isn't taking too many hits. Alright, how banged up is the APC? That's the next question. Somebody's still fighting over there.
Razor here.
Already banged up. Considerably. Will I have a better luck bumping this one forward? Somewhat.
Razor here. Whoa, follow the leader.
I guess I'll just have to remain on the vanguard then, just to be on the safe side.
Guarding friendly. Watching your ass.
Alright, let's see if the turrets I plop down will be enough. Oh, incoming from the rear. And from the front. Great.
It's maneuver.
Oh shoot. I honestly can't tell who's an enemy right now.
Offensive unit lost. Unit
Sir, I
lost.
can't hold it.
Let's try that again. Brother, you're not fine.
In transit. Turret deployed. Standing by.
Actually, before I head out, let's fully restock and
Construction
rearm.
started. Turret deployed. Building. Building complete. Construction started.
Too bad I don't have an armory or something.
Building complete.
Yeah.
Offensive unit lost.
What the hell?
Razor here. Protecting.
Alright, all offensive units on it. Not APC. The turrets will just have to be enough. Starting to think I went overboard all the Red Devils. For all I know, they're causing a bunch of collateral damage.
Razor here. Whoa, follow the leader.
Guarding friendly. Watching your ass.
Alright, it's smoking, but it's not bad. Please stop hitting it.
Defensive unit lost.
Oh, damn it. Okay, no, it's been taking too much damage. Crap. Let's try again from this save. Oh man, we might be here a while, boys.
Offensive unit lost.
Huh, interesting. You can target scrap.
I think you can pretty much target just about anything with those hornets.
Guarding friendly.
Protecting.
Well, only I had a way of repairing you.
I think there. I'm trying to remember if there were any service trucks in the. I don't remember if I got service trucks in the total.
And there he goes.
Warning.
Loss of manpower because of your incompetence is too great, Lieutenant. We have little choice but to surrender. I am opening a channel to the Chinese commander now. I hope you're proud.
Unit lost.
Okay then. Tempted to start from the beginning and try and, well, yeah, let's start from the beginning. I want to read.
This
Well,
is an order to all.
Roger that, command.
I've got an idea though.
Whoa, follow the leader.
Let's see if I can make. Actually, not necessarily from beginning. Try from here. This was pretty early, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, very early. So, we'll do the same strat as before, except once we arrive, we'll just set up 5 turrets in a line and let them act as the bulwark against the majority of what we end up running into. Yeah, man, it's gonna be a while before we get through all this. Give me a sec. Alright, sorry, I just needed to turn on a light. Alright, we're good.
All units, any unit, we are under attack again. Before shooting my wingman down.
Because my thinking is, okay, I'm not gonna abuse Red Devils to the same degree as last time. As hilarious as they may be as units, that kind of weapon is risky at the best of times. And I think that may be part of the problem, is that the missiles are just spraying and praying and not necessarily hitting what we want them to hit.
You're the closest unit to the rendezvous point. Meet it there as quickly as possible.
So,
Good call, Private. That recycler's tool to build our new light assault unit. It'll be a definite advantage to have speed against this enemy.
Yeah, would probably be good to have some Red Devils, but definitely saturate it with some other units.
yeah, definitely supplement them.
If only you had a factory, then you could have a few more options.
And armory would be nice so I could throw health in the way.
Getting power. Where's the power? Deploying. Yes, sir. Recycler here. Construction started. Building. Turret deployed. Building complete. Construction started.
Well, at least he told me of his presence through the hover part.
Building complete.
I just realized how low health I am. This is bad.
Turret deployed. Recycler here. Construction started. Building complete.
I'm moving slower because I got
Turret
banged up. There's a scout along with that group. I see the light. There it is. Damn. Should have saved before getting that far, damn it. Ugh. We might be here a while, boys. This is what I get for trying to rush through this. Alright, calm down. What's chat up to? Would you rather have a stream of 1,000 people who are the most degenerate, vile, and likely criminals, and chatter of 100 of people who are quote-unquote normal? If I'm attracting 1,000 of that kind of people, I'd be questioning my life, so the latter.
Yeah.
Before shooting my wingman down.
Alright, this time I'm not gonna get him. Let myself be ambushed by stupid tanks. Only got hit twice. Nice. I'll take that. Back in the fray.
Lieutenant, the recycler got through. You're the closest unit to the rendezvous point. Meet it there as quickly as possible.
Remind me, is the APC the only other thing we need to worry about in this round? Ow, that was dumb.
Good call, Private. That recycler's tool to build our new light assault unit. It'll be a definite advantage to have speed against this enemy.
units in correctly.
Where's the power? Deploying. Yes, sir. Construction started. Building complete.
Alright. Save. Not gonna worry about those other attempts.
Recycler here. Turret deployed. Construction started. Building complete.
Alright. There's an enemy scout.
Recycler here. Construction started.
I know you're there. There he is.
Building complete. Turret deployed.
Oh wow, now that scout's getting banged up.
Recycler here. Construction started. Turret
Just the
deployed.
pilot, I assume?
Building complete.
Alright then. Wow, that's a banged up scout. And he's getting shot to pieces by somebody else, who's now dead. Alright.
Recycler here. Construction started. Turret deployed.
Base under
Building
attack.
complete.
Alright, let's hope I put up enough turrets. Let's hope the turrets do their job properly. There we go. Let's move.
Recycler here. Construction started. I'm on it. Building complete.
Okay.
Recycler here.
Guess we can just bounce back and forth between scouts and Red Devils at this point.
Construction
Probably the
started.
safest option, honestly.
Building complete.
And now Dwan's confusing chat. Excellent.
Recycler here. Construction started. Badger here. You're the boss. Razor here. Building complete. In transit. You're the boss. Badger here. 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 You're the boss. Recycler here. Construction started.
Man, are we glad to see you, Lieutenant.
Building complete. Recycler here. Turret deployed. Construction started.
Okay, at this point, I'm probably better off just recycling you.
Recycling. Building complete.
And then replacing it with a fresh one.
Recycler here. Turret deployed. Construction started. Turret deployed. Building. Building complete. Construction started.
Alrighty.
Building complete. Standing by. Yes, sir.
Playing that one. Alrighty. Let's see if this attempt holds any, well, bears any fruit. Hopefully it does. Alright, now we wait. I just realized I could set up prox mines if I had more scrap. That could be fun.
Yeah.
I really wish I could make Black Dog tanks.
You mean the Black Dog Grizzly?
You know what I mean.
Just wanted to make sure I knew what type you were referring to.
What do you think I meant by Black Dog tank?
Could have been a... Well, I know, true. If you were thinking of Bobcats, you would have said light tank, or Thunderbolts for the bomber, or rocket bomber, essentially. Razors for scouts, etc., etc.
Yeah. Okay. Getting there. This time, decidedly less missiles going every
New
which way.
orders from command, Lieutenant. The 24th lost most of their tanks in a raid by the Chinese. There's an APC full of pilots and wounded coming in from the south. Set up a base to receive it, and make sure nothing happens to it.
Protecting. I'm on it.
Alright, and then...
Red Devil here.
Razor here.
Then who's not moving in that group? Just... Let's see. Just you two?
Standing by. Ooh, follow the leader.
Alright, you two stay
Red
with
Devil
me.
here. Watching your ass.
Really? Alright, I'm not even gonna bother. I'm just gonna reload.
Engaging thrusters.
Let's just try this again. Although I suppose if we preempt them... Actually, yeah, that might be the best course of action, actually.
Heading now. Bobcat here. Heading now.
Red Devil here.
Heading now. Ooh, follow the leader. Razor
Alright,
here.
you guys are gonna go hide out in this canyon. Where I don't have to worry about you getting intercepted by any Chinese units. Then I'm gonna take
Red Devil here.
these Red Devils and act defensively for the initial round. And we're gonna hope that that works out okay.
Red Devil here. Watching your ass.
Guess we'll find out if it works out the way I hope. That's gonna be all sorts of fun.
New orders from command, Lieutenant. The 24th lost most of their tanks in a raid by the Chinese. There's an APC full of pilots and wounded coming in from the south. Set up a base to receive it, and make sure nothing happens to it.
Protecting.
Go get him, boys. I've already got a couple scouts with them, so that should be sufficient cover until I can arrive. And make sure that they won't be shot up by turrets and whatnot. Also, we took care of a couple of the turrets before they got there, so that also helps. I think we got this now. Already it's working out as we'd hope. Very good. Although there were tanks among that group, and there they are! Please stop shooting at me. There we go. Now we're cooking with gas. Alright, I need to repair. Actually, yeah, I need to repair before I join the fray. He's shooting at that. Ah, I got it.
Badger here.
You go back
Here's
away
the
so
boss.
we don't have to worry about that. Alright, the scavengers have plenty to scavenge now. So,
Turret deployed.
I'll restock as far as,
Guarding friendly. Watching your ass.
well, everything.
Recycler here.
I'll make sure that I've got
Construction
enough
started.
rearmed and repaired so I can join the defensive
Building
group.
complete. Recycler here.
Then, we get
Construction
that fun.
started. Building complete. Recycler here. Construction started. Building complete. Badger here. Yes, sir. Recycler here.
Yeah, it should be fine.
In transit.
Once it picks up that health, we'll move back over, and then we'll go assist the APC and hope it works.
You're
Good.
the boss.
Alright, let's move.
Hopefully we'll be able to APC this through.
I hate you.
I knew you mean love!
Why are you like this?
Kudos to any of you who know where that came from, by the way.
Okay, good. The scout's being shot at, not the APC.
APC.
Turret
Although it
deployed.
is essentially a glass cannon.
As long as the APC is not being shot at, I can live with it. Has it taken any damage? Let's find out. If it has, it's not showing. Good.
If it had taken any damage, I'm sure it probably would have yelled at us.
Oh, follow the leader.
Yep, they would have said we're taking heavy damage or something. Okay, I think we're in much better shape.
Recycler here.
And if I lose any offensive units, I can just spawn more. Got a couple pilots waiting in the wing as well. So that helps. Okay, I think we've got this now.
Yeah,
Save early,
saving
save
now would
often.
be a
Save
good
early, save
point.
often.
Yeah, that can be applied to a lot of other things as well.
Oh, incoming.
We're under attack from heavy forces, Lieutenant. We need backup stat. Some of my passengers aren't going to be able to handle this.
Unless they got
Well,
blown up fast. Incoming from
and
behind.
something's attacking you. Was attacking your guys at base?
Yes, they were. I saw that. Luckily, the scavengers hadn't gone too far out, so we're good to go there. All right. I think we've cracked the code this time. Hopefully.
Getting scrap. I'm on it.
Guess we'll find out. Pilots. It's just pilot interference, so I'm not gonna make too big of a deal out of it.
You know, some of the soundboard stuff from the Battlezone Discord group would be appropriate for this, if you know what I mean.
Can you use that in private DMs, or do you need a Nitro account for that?
I think we might need Nitro for that.
Almost there.
Yeah, but we're not
Getting
really
scrap. I'm on it.
pocket warriors, so...
Oh, hi! I don't know what you think you're doing, but it ain't working, buddy.
Well, that's one way to get a jump on.
Warning. Damage
Oh, crap.
critical.
Better you than the APC, you know.
Unit lost.
Recycler here. Construction started.
Let's build another one.
And I think there are some enemies behind.
Well,
Building complete.
the tanks are already aware of it and on it.
Protected.
Luckily, they seem hell-bent on the APC and not so much on survival, which is good for us.
I think I hear there may. I think there's still some guys on our
Oh
six.
yes, there definitely are. I see them on the radar. And since I've got all the ammo in the universe, I can be reckless.
I did see an enemy pilot eject, so.
Alright, we're almost
scavenger. It should be. Yeah.
Alright, I think we got it this time. I'm thinking of spending time on a J-Fail composition. By all means, please promote my stuff by making compilations. If it's funny and well edited, I can't really complain about it, can I? I would only ask that you link back to the original videos.
Yeah, I'd probably do the same.
That is my only request, if you do any sort of compilation, or a highlight or a clip or what have you.
Okay, APC got past the turrets, so it should be more or less
Recycler here.
in the clear.
Construction started.
Can't remember how much more there is to this.
Building complete.
Let's find
Great
out.
work, Lieutenant. Now we
Recycler
can
here.
organize ourselves against the Chinese.
Probably gonna be the end of the mission. Yep. Alrighty, think I can get another one done?
If so, it may be dicey about whether or not I'd be able to see it through to the end. Now then.
Let's see. Now that we've been able to regroup and redeploy, and we know the location of the Chinese base, we have an opportunity to launch a surprise attack on them. However, the Chinese seem to be jamming our satellites, so we must place nav beacons by hand. One operative will be sent in close to the base to place beacons for the bomber wing that will carry out the strike. We pushed the Red Devil unit into production ahead of schedule, since our existing Razors have developed various problems resulting from their age and the conditions here on Ganymede. Where possible, recyclers have been tooled to build the Red Devil instead of the Razor. Standing Razor units will remain in service, but will be overhauled in rotation. Alrighty then, there we are.
Yeah, I think it's essentially to work on tweaking them. Kind of reminds me of when in Empire at War, the Rebellion and retired the Z-95 in favor of the X-Wing.
Alrighty, let's get to
after
this
that one mission.
Our new Red Devil unit was proving useful against the invisible Chinese. But we weren't much better off than before. The boys started seeing the Chinese as being cowardly, and morale began to pick up as we banded together. We began to see ourselves as outgunned fighters, struggling desperately against an oppressive foe.
I think I could see the canopy.
As our spirits began to lift, Command saw the ideal time to launch a major strike against the Chinese.
Yeah.
But they didn't see how things were going to work out. Command had no idea how far we could go, how far we could push ourselves, because of one thing: hope.
This is Captain Swallow. Chinese are jamming our satellite positioning systems, so we're gonna have to place our nav beacons by hand for this bombing raid. You and I are to place beacons.
Oh yeah, this was a fun one.
Then to wait further instructions. Captain Swallow out.
Okay, this one was a fun one until Command, but I think it still plays the same in this one.
Alright, so I'm the pilot then?
Yep. There's the Pegasus device.
What was that? We see it, Lieutenant. Abandon your current mission. Commandeer one of those scavengers and take a closer look.
Outside the wall. Behind you, Ro.
I know, I see that.
And jump on. Whee!
At least jumping works just fine on Ganymede.
Command says follow those scavengers. They might provide an easier way into the
Follow the
base.
scavengers. Follow the scavengers.
Huh?
It's following the scavengers.
Wait, what? Say again?
You're supposed to follow the scavengers.
Ah, but where's the fun in that? Where are the scavengers? Oh, seriously, where'd they go? Why would I do that when I can just go over the hill?
It'll look less sus.
I'm gonna be looking sus anyway. Let's just embrace it. We're gonna vent. Also, there are golems over
Scavenger
there.
7, execute standing order Alpha 12. All units, Scavenger 7 is not responding. Execute standing order Tango 17.
Use the scavenger as cover to snoop around the rest of the base. Have a look for anything unusual. You have approximately 1 minute before you check in with the Chinese.
Alright, fine, I'll restart it.
Yeah.
This is Captain Swallow.
We see it, Lieutenant. Abandon your current mission. Commandeer one of those scavengers and take a closer look.
Until Command, the 3 scavengers were moving, so I had to really aim for it.
But where are the scavengers going?
Command says follow those scavengers. They might provide an easier way into their base.
Alrighty. At least I can hit Q so that I don't have to constantly pulse it. Alrighty. like how they were just casually scavenging before I steal it, and the moment I steal it, they just immediately go on a set path. Either way, I wonder how long this path is gonna be.
We're taking a while. Of course, the map was somewhat laid out differently in Total Command.
Did you even play the original Red Odyssey missions?
Not really.
I thought so.
But depending on, I thinking, and based on that last command, there should be. Well, I'll let you know about when we get there.
Well, Pokemon this. How's everybody doing in chat today?
Hopefully you remember how to use a tug.
I hit the K button for stuff, right?
I think that was it.
Also, stop telling me things. Even saying tug tells me that something's interesting is going to happen in relation to that. Alrighty. Slowly but surely getting through. Gotta explore the entirety of this map, right? Just to be on the safe side. The only way to be sure. I guess while I'm here I can talk logistics. Because tomorrow there's going to be a Xenoblade stream, but won't be too much in the way of weekday stuff next week, because I was able to sneak in an extra Xenoblade stream this past Wednesday. But, well, I'm going to be quite busy starting next week, because the Baldur's Gate 2 video may be done, but Baldur's Gate 3 is going to start up soon. Comes out this upcoming Thursday. So, my thinking there is I'll be doing a release stream over on the review channel, and then that'll be taking up the Sunday slot as originally planned. I got a couple scouts passing by, huh? Alrighty. What else is chat up to? Sounded a tad bit alive in your review video? Lou's been giving me grief for sounding dead, quote-unquote, in my review videos. Although, to be fair, I'm targeting an older audience anyway, so I'm trying to be more, I guess, deliberate with my words. So, because of it, I could understand robotic, and my dad did give me a bit of grief for using a very specific voice for it, but you know what? I'm trying to be precise, and unfortunately, when I'm doing things scripted, it comes out very different than live. Which is sort of the point. I want to make sure that it is fully understood what exactly I am intending with each word. So, as expected. So, release stream on Thursday over on the review channel. You guys gonna get past? Thank you. Okay, here we are. Since we reached this point, let's make sure that we're okay.
That Alec. You don't mind checking me again when we get there, right?
the
Okay.
scavenger as cover to snoop around the rest of the base. Have a look for anything unusual. You have approximately 1 minute before you check in with the Chinese.
Yep. You remember that relic you just passed, right?
Yeah.
I think you need to scan that.
Thought I just did, or did I need to wait for the check-in light?
That looks fascinating. Can you bring it back to us?
You heard the man, Lieutenant. Bring it back to the drop zone.
You need a time for that. And luckily there's one right there.
That's convenient.
So I think you
Am I already being shot at?
you jumped out too far away.
Well... Looks like I picked it up, so... I guess we just... Where do I need to go with it?
I think you were supposed to wait for the attack.
I can find. Guess we'll find out.
If anything, you can probably jump the wall. Or
As
if
always.
anything else,
Alright, this is a tug that's fully loaded. That might be tricky. Alright. Well, that's what the point of
the save
this
was.
was.
And now you know to, when you hop into it, to do it much closer to try to avoid detection.
Use the scavenger as cover to snoop around the rest of the base. Have a look for anything unusual. You have approximately 1 minute before you check in with the Chinese.
That looks fascinating. Can you bring it back to us?
You heard the man, Lieutenant. Bring it back to the drop zone.
Well, once you pick it up, you can save.
Alright, let's figure out the best way out of here. If I could walk out the front door, that would be the simplest, but I don't know if those walkers will let me. Nope, they're shooting at me. Wonder if there's a small lip over by the silo. This looks promising. And I'm
Here come the cavalry. Just think is what you were meant to wait for. Go
probably.
back to prayer save, 'cause
So what am I supposed to do? Just not pick it up?
I think you were supposed to wait until all the guys come.
Well, I guess we'll find out. Let's chat him too. Let's see. Felt AI like. I don't know if I agree with that, but either way. Still better than what I do, but still lifeless. I'm not suggesting sounding like a guy high on sugar, but at least like a person, not a professor giving a presentation. Well, the idea is to be very professional with my presentation, so that's something I'm not gonna be completely avoiding. Ah, great. Is there a scout over there that wants to give me the riot act? And it's being blocked by
No,
the...
it's just your scavenger.
No, there's a scout over there. Look, there's another blip over by the U.
That's just your team come.
No, there's a scout over there. Look!
Yeah, but wait
Look, there's a
until
scout!
Unit lost. Offensive unit lost.
Actually, I think Golden Walker is going toward the walkers.
Offensive unit
Yeah, I can
lost.
sneak through.
Offensive unit lost. Offensive unit lost. Offensive
Okay, I think
unit lost.
they're clearing out a path for you.
Are the walkers gonna care if I go past them like this? Gosh, they don't care. I just need to reach the tanks, I think.
Well, I think it was the rendezvous.
Well, the drop zone is where I need to reach, right? Yes.
I think so.
Oh, follow the leader.
Please help me. Please kill all the enemy for me.
Now, just to get to the drop zone. Have your offensive units provide cover for, I think, enemies will continue to chase after you.
Yep, I'm seeing more orb blips on the radar. As long as they keep going after the tanks, though, we'll be fine. And they're black dog
Yeah.
tanks, so actually, easy solution. Hunt them down. Back rapid.
Let me at him. Oh, follow the leader.
Now let's go right into the line of fire. What's the worst that could happen?
Warning. Damage critical.
Alright, they're gone. Let's see if I can make it through. Honestly, I wonder if it'd be faster to let somebody else pilot this while I take control of a tank. Although, to be fair, I can move faster in a tug, so it's a balancing act.
Uh-oh.
Let me at him. Let me at him.
Come on.
Oh, follow the leader.
Oh dear, this just got stressful. I'm gonna make a save just in case. Probably should have made a save earlier, honestly. Where are you coming from? Alright, so that's just a pilot.
Razor
Oh, it's
here.
opposite.
Come on, come on, come on. No more, no more, no more. No more? I think we're good.
Good work, Lieutenant. Our researchers are analyzing the data now.
Okay. Congratulations on your brave work in the Chinese base. We now have a great deal more information than before. The device you saw is a gateway through space, allowing instant travel to any location. The ancient Greeks knew it as Pegasus, the winged horse, and steed of heroes and gods. The Pegasus device would seem to be pointed at a planet too far away for us to see for the moment. But we have gleaned the name Elysium, the classical equivalent of heaven, from the Pegasus's records. What we will find there when we get control of the device, we have no idea of yet. Alrighty. Wait, why are we calling this Achilles' heel? Achilles is a different thing. No.
Well, let's see what the briefing says.
Okay. The Chinese forces are in chaos without their main recycler. We have a golden opportunity to turn this war in our direction. You are to lead an assault on the Chinese base before they can reorganize themselves. You will have as many troops as you need at your disposal. You must cause as much damage as you can as quickly as you can. Our plan is to beat the Chinese into submission, hopefully persuading them to surrender. As you know, the technology being used by the Chinese is a transportation device, Pegasus, the winged horse. Our sources suggest that the far end of this portal is on a planet too far away to be visible from this solar system, which was known to the ancient Greeks as Elysium. We believe the Chinese have discovered the ruins of a Chthonian city on Elysium, but beyond this, we know nothing of what may be on the other side of the portal, waiting to come through. Alrighty, the new Red Devil is available for service now. Be careful with them, though. Their speed and maneuverability is meant to compromise on armor, and there are still certain issues to be ironed out. Remember that the Red Devil is effectively still a prototype model. Alrighty, let's see if we can get through this battle, and then we'll go ahead and see to the video that Gilgamesh wanted me to look at.
The discovery of the Pegasus device had furnished us with a prize to be won from the Chinese. Morale climbed higher as we saw a goal ahead of us, rather than a Chinese prison. The fluke destruction of the Chinese recycler gave us an opening. We could strike deep at the heart of the Chinese base without fear of major reinforcements arriving. But we only had a little bit of time left. We struck hard and decisively at the first chance we had.
Looks like we've hit the right place, Lieutenant. The Chinese are in total disarray. Your orders are to build up a strike force and attack the Chinese base. Good luck.
Alrighty then.
I don't remember if you
Yes,
get
that is a
factories at this
recycler.
point.
We better have access to them.
Where's the power?
Oh, we have
Getting
access to the whole shebang, huh?
Yeah. Factory, armory, constructor, or
Where's
satellites.
the power?
Had to help with scoping things out.
Deploying. Construction started.
Alrighty.
Building complete. Recycler here.
Wait, crap, that was the wrong thing. I'm gonna restart.
Yeah.
OBS
Looks like
doesn't
we've
want
hit
to
the
work
right-
with me on voice audio. Yeah, I can be a
Where's the
little
power?
wonky with that.
Getting power.
Something I'm sure you're very familiar with, brother.
What do you mean?
I remember you having all sorts of fun getting
Where's the
audio,
power?
desktop audio to work with you,
Badger here.
well,
Deploying.
voice audio to work with
You're
you.
the boss. Recycler here. Construction started.
That's what I remember
Badger
anyway.
here. You're the boss. Building complete. Recycler here.
Alright, couple
Construction
scavengers.
started.
Then,
Building complete. Turret deployed. Turret deployed.
okay. It's tempted to go scouting around. This actually might not be the worst idea to go scouting around, actually.
Recycler here.
Only to get a sense for what we're up against. But where exactly is the Chinese army? Well, the Chinese base, I should say. Taking a bit of a risk waiting on building a factory, but I think I can make it work. There it is. Okay. Wait a minute, if I can build
Construction
towers, that might be the best way to assault their static defenses.
Building complete.
Just make sure
Ready
you
to
provide
move.
them with cover.
Need power. Going for guidance.
Well, let's see what the factories can make. That'll be the deciding vote. We've got all this scrap here, and we've got plenty to worry about further up.
Recycler here.
Let's get another
Construction
scavenger in
started.
place so I can really
I
mess
need
with
power.
them.
Building complete. Recycler here.
Actually, if I can risk putting the recycler there, that might make more sense.
Moving out. I need power. No scrap storage.
No howitzer, huh?
Ready to roll. Moving out. Getting power. I need power. Unit
No
factory
howitzer.
online.
Guess that would be a little too easy, wouldn't it?
Badger here. You're the boss. Badger here. You're the boss.
Okay. Let's see what we can get away with. Let's see what we can get away with. Actually, isn't this one of the same maps that we played in near the start? I feel like this is the same layout, or at least very similar.
It's possible that it might. You can always check the footage later.
I'm pretty sure. I mean, it's a similar layout. I mean, we've got the crater over here, the common bottleneck. I mean, this mountain is is much higher, but otherwise, I think it's pretty much the same.
Deploying.
All right, now that that's there, the scavengers can go back to work. I can set up an armory,
Unit factory here.
start building Das
Turret
tanks.
deployed.
Ooh, walkers, that could be fun. Remind me, is there any substantial difference
Building
between
underway.
Black Dog bombers and the rest?
I'm trying to
Unit complete.
remember.
Construction started. Who's next? Rolling. Unit factory here. Building complete. Ready to move. Where's the power?
Actually, since I can build a constructor and a supply and hangar, it might not be a bad idea to start harassing them. Since that I can move a little bit more efficiently and hurt him more efficiently, more to the point.
Building underway. Unit complete.
Oh, hello. I seem to have attracted some unwanted attention. Ow. More damage
least
than I
you
was
can
hoping, but
Constructor now, so you can
Construction
make
started.
more permanent health and regen.
Where are they?
do they think we're about to be ambushed?
Building complete.
Let's find out.
Ready to build. Yes, sir.
Alright, hangar's bigger if I remember correctly, so let's build that first.
Building.
You also want to consider gun towers.
I know. Static defenses to make sure that I can secure things, but I've got enough to secure things for now. Although I guess the walkers can work as well.
Building underway.
Although I'm gonna run out of, well,
Unit complete.
I don't have infinite scrap
Building
given the
complete.
circumstances, and I need to keep that in mind.
Ready for action. Moving.
Yeah, the enemy does. Or you can take
Yeah.
advantage of that to gradually
Need to
feed
build.
yourself with
Yes,
ammunition.
sir.
Yeah, and everything else.
Because I think they will be sending their units away.
Building.
Alright,
And since
now
they're
what
essentially the Chinese equivalent of the Golem
Unit factory
Walker.
here. Building underway.
there we are. There's some free scrap.
Building complete.
Yeah.
Did somebody order some scrap?
Turrets will be helpful until you can get those gun towers. Turrets up.
Yeah. I'm thinking gun towers is the next priority if they're already starting to throw crap at me. Although I could... Well, let's see.
Ready to build. Yes, sir. Building. Armory here.
Alright. The heck is that scavenger doing? Am I getting in its way? Yeah, possibly.
Hopefully it's not stuck on the thing.
If it is, I give it a boop.
I hope you don't accidentally hack it in the process.
Really? If Regal were here, he might get the reference, but I don't know if it'll fly with this audience.
Building complete.
Overwatch reference, by the way, for those who weren't aware.
Yes, sir.
Alright, gun
Building.
tower. Now I can go in and cause some havoc. Let's go blow up one of their gun towers.
Unit factory here.
And you do safely do
Building
that.
underway.
I
Safely?
don't like this, Lieutenant. Where are they?
That's probably your cue to let you know that an attack is coming.
I think I may have accidentally hit the repeat button. I don't know. What's the repeat button again? Well, safe is relative, but I was able to blow up one gun tower. Do I see two?
At least it's only AT stabbers, so I think they can be upgraded.
Well, they weren't able to be upgraded while I was playing the Chinese campaigns, but they might throw
Yeah.
something different just for the sake of game balance.
Warning. Damage.
Yeah, I believe you
Relative
can,
safety, I
they can be
suppose.
upgraded in total command with a better weapon.
Yeah, I think the scavengers are getting stuck on my supply.
Getting
You mean
scrap.
hanger?
I'm on it.
You know what I mean.
Getting scrap. I'm on it.
I don't know what they think they're going after.
Getting scrap. I'm on it.
I'll entice them out this way, but oh crap, they can be attacked from behind?
Well, that tells you to set up defenses there.
Base under attack.
At least it's the armory that's under attack.
Yeah, the armor is more replaceable. Oh crap, there's a guy.
Okay.
Offensive unit lost.
Yeah, that factory's dead.
Unit lost. Offensive unit lost.
Is it worth reloading? Wow, actually,
Unit lost.
probably not, but damn, that's a massive force that they're hitting us with.
Hey, dirt copy, Pico.
So it probably wasn't you hitting the repeat button.
Possibly.
Who's next? Stay put. Recycler here.
Well, that sucks.
Construction started.
Well, not a reset yet, Lou. I don't think. Good thing that it was something else other than the
Building
recycling
complete.
that went
Ready to
complete.
move. I need power.
But it looks like I'll need to
Going
build
for
some Well, it looks like I'll need to build some turrets in the back line. Or if my
Until you can get a
constructor
permanent
set
gun
up some
tower set up.
Well, problem is, look at how little space there is. Where do I put the gun tower?
Ready to build. Yes, sir.
Okay, I can put one there.
And just opened my door. I'll be right back, folks.
Yep, you're getting interrupted.
Recycler here. Construction started. I need power. Going for guys.
Oh, we're about to be under attack.
Building complete. Ready to move. Where's the power? Going to geyser.
No, you are not going to get to sneak past us. Look at me. Yes, look at me. Now come and say hi to my gun tower.
Unit factory online. Moving. Bring them on. Unit factory here. Building underway.
I think I need to build more turrets.
Unit complete. Recycler here. Construction started.
Maybe I went a little too ham early
Ready to
on.
build. Building complete.
Wow, they're attacking us from all sides. Whoops. That was the wrong button.
Moving.
Scavenger lost.
The bomber's attacking.
Ready to build. Protecting. Unit factory here. Yes, sir. Building.
Alright. Gun towers everywhere. Not how they intended for me to play this, but you know what, I'll take it.
Unit factory
Base
here.
under attack.
Again?
Building underway. Building complete. Falling in. Unit complete. Ready to build. Yes, sir.
Unit lost.
No can do. Building. Bring them on. Play the dirt. Bring them on.
Offensive unit lost. Offensive unit lost.
Play the dirt. Recycler
Tractor's under attack. I don't think I can get there in time.
Bring them on.
Guess we'll find out. Firing at it, stop firing at it, stop firing at it, stop firing at it.
Play the dirt. In transit. Recycler here. Construction started.
I'll just set up a Red Devil to be next to it at all times at this point. Maybe the two bombers should be over there as well.
Ready for action. Building complete. Protecting. Ready for action. Protecting. In transit.
Are you stuck?
Following. Construction rig here. Yes, sir. No can do. Building. Recycler here. Building underway.
You know what, Walker? Why not? The mobile gun towers, right? That was how they were built in the original game.
Recycler here. Building complete. Unit complete. Ready for orders. Walkie. Ready to build.
Although if history is any indication... Let's see... Well, gun towers first.
Yes, sir.
Damn. Oh, put
Building.
one there, but that doesn't exactly protect that geyser. And I lived without an armory for a while? Probably. Alternatively, I set up turrets.
Building complete. Recycler here. Construction started. Armor here. Building complete. Protecting. Armor here. Protecting.
Alright. Things have stabilized. Let's see if it's worth... Well, let's see if I can risk assaulting them now. At least to try and whittle down a little more.
Armor here.
Oh, jeez!
Calling in.
Warning.
Well,
Damage critical. Unit.
let's just reset. Now that I know that that's on its way...
Calling in.
At least still have glass cannon?
Under attack.
Does. Nice.
Warning. Damage critical.
Very nice. Wait, what's that? Wait a minute. That looks like the Fury weapon. Does that not look like the... Well, that looked like the Fury's missile. Oh man, imagine if they actually had that for real.
Badger here.
That would suck.
You're the boss.
Unit factory here. Building underway.
Standing guard. Protecting.
Unit complete.
Oh, what now?
Warning.
Who asked you, damn it?
Building. Lost.
Hey, I was working. We needed that, damn it.
Unit factory here.
Defensive
Building underway.
unit lost.
I'm starting to see why they told me to just egress on them immediately.
Scavenger.
Wow,
lost.
really? Just friendly fire took that one out?
Next. Stay put. Ready to build. Yes, sir. Building.
Alright, let's set up a couple gun towers over there now.
Grizzly here.
Base under attack.
I can't win! Attack from all sides. I'm starting to think they want me to be aggressive. Oh, that's the enemy pulling up and not my gun tower.
Recycler here. In transit. Building complete. Ready to build. Yes, sir.
Actually, rebuild
Yes,
the hangar
sir.
first. That's a little more important.
No can do. Building. Recycler here.
Mine layer's not the worst idea, perhaps. Probably a bit overkill, though.
In transit. Building complete.
Alright, we'll set up 2 gun towers along here.
Yes, sir. Building.
Might be worth setting up a few turrets in our back line. Just so that I can be a little more defensive later. Well, just so I can reset up an armory.
In transit. Building complete.
Keep our gun towers fully repaired.
Yes, sir. Building.
Alright, that should do for that. Alright. Hopefully that'll be enough static defenses for now. Got decent numbers spread out. So, at this point, let's go blow up some Chinese forces.
Recycler here. Construction started. Building complete. Armor here. Building complete.
Let's whittle them down some. to the... Ooh, I can hit the golems from here? Well, the walkers? Oh crap, bomber! There we go. Alright, about to run out of ammo, so let's double back. Okay, progress. Slowly whittle them down, slowly whittle them down.
Construction started. Ready to build. Yes, sir. Building
Get in there.
complete.
Get in there.
Building.
Jake can't take a break and I enjoy that. yeah. Give me a sec. Alright, let's see, there we are. I had 29 gigabytes of audio testing just to do one recording that got lost because it had the same image as one of the testing. That sounds fun.
Turret deployed.
Bomber here. Protecting.
Recycler here. Construction
I'm
started.
gonna risk setting up an armory again. See what I can get away with.
Transit. Building complete. Building complete. Ready to move. Recycler here. Construction started. Where's the power? Going to geyser.
A lot of scrap back here, if nothing else.
Building complete. Ready for orders.
Wonder what the black dog...
Walkie.
Who the hell is shooting at my scavengers?
Recycler here. Construction
Oh,
started.
just people attacking the front lines.
Building complete. Badger here.
Yeah, it should be fine.
Turret deployed.
Hopefully.
You're the boss.
Unit
Badger
lost.
here.
Oh crap, the gun tower's down.
You're the boss. Clear the geyser.
Unit lost.
That's another gun tower down. Crap.
Scavenger lost. Base
Ready to build.
under attack. Unit lost.
Unit factory here. Building underway.
Scavenger lost.
Falling in.
Scavenger lost. Scavenger
Unit
Crap, that's all my scavengers gone. I need to recycle a unit.
Red Devil here. Recycling. Bobcat here. Recycling.
Crap. That's a bad start.
Ready to build.
Jeez, that mulched all of my... Wow.
Construction
That
started.
hurts.
Standing guard. Turret deployed. Moving.
That hurts a lot. Holy crap.
Moving. Turret deployed. Building complete. Recycler here. Construction started.
Now, well, at least our backline should be
Building
well guarded
complete.
now. Or at least well guarded enough. Ugh. So do you think we'll have time for the video? Hopefully. Hopefully. We're officially at the holy crap, nothing's gonna stop now. I should just get a fleet of scavengers and let them have that.
Ready to
First I
build.
need to reform my front, well, my first line of defense. Set up a gun tower.
Yes, sir. Building.
Man, try to get gun towers too, wow.
Recycler here. Construction started.
Can't win.
Building complete. Who's next? Rolling. Building complete. Recycler here. Construction started.
Actually, I should set up a
Building
silo
complete.
behind everything, since if they're gonna keep attacking from there.
Ready to build.
Well, either way. Might be worth attacking with the bombers. Actually, wait, I remember why I was gonna bring in that armory to begin with. I wanted another SB stabber for for myself. Oh man. Slowly but surely. Hit him fast and hard, huh? I don't know if I'm
Yes,
following
sir.
the instructions of the story all that well.
And a
Building.
back.
And I lost all my gun towers at the front. Yeah, laugh it up,
Unit factory
fuckball.
here. Building supplies. Weapon deployed. Armory here. In transit. Building complete.
Thinking of taking a couple of bombers and seeing what kind of damage I can do to their front. Hopefully I've got the back well guarded enough, but I don't know for certain. I guarantee you the moment I set up these gun towers and leave, I'm gonna have something to worry about back here. Although it may be worth setting.
At least gun towers don't cost pilots.
Building.
These gun towers don't cost you pilots.
Yeah, that is true. Temporarily or permanently, as the case may be.
Building complete. Ready to
I wonder
build.
if it'll be worth setting a silo back in over here if I can even fit one back there. Well, if I can't fit a gun tower, how am I fitting a silo?
Yes, sir.
Not well. I guess this is technically closer.
No can do. Building. Getting scrap. I'm on it.
If I can time it out properly.
Recycler here. Falling in.
Alright, I'm gonna take these bombers and I'm gonna go assault their base. And hope to not get blown up in the process. I love the soundboard, whatever happened to it in the server. I need to figure out how you were able to add sounds to it and prevent that from happening. I don't mind the soundboard existing, but I don't want it interfering, generally speaking.
Building underway.
Although I did, though, any sounds that we add for it will be those that my brother approves.
here. Watching your ass.
There's one that I told Bro about before the strict thing that I was thinking of, and he was like, okay, I can go with that one.
Alright, let's go find somebody to blow up. Although I'm pretty sure the last frontline defense is a Golem Walker. Yep.
When SPs, huh?
Why not? Oh jeez! I don't think it liked that. Alright, it's dead. Charge! Those a horde of mines? Oh, gun towers!
Yeah, oh yeah. Well, at least you know what the bomber's main equipment is.
And they don't have a lot of it left. Oh crap, golems! Well, I know they're not actually golems, but still.
Enemy gone.
Offensive unit.
Run away! Run away!
Unit factory here.
Pilots
Building
defeated.
underway.
Offensive
We did our damage.
And,
lost.
and now you need to make a barracks or two.
Or 5. Is that bomber still getting harassed? Are we being chased out of there? Yeah, probably. Well, if we are, we're about to have some friends to help us out. Getting blown up.
Ready to build. Yes, sir. Building.
Alright, let's get some ammo in case I need to fight again.
Standing guard. In transit. Armory here.
Okay. Made somewhat of a dent. Although it looked like there was a line of mines if I tried to cheese them. For better or worse.
Building complete. Ready to build.
Alright, let's set up another gun tower just to be on the safe side.
Yes, sir. Building. Recycler here. Building underway.
Alright, so the walker and the 2 turrets back there should be sufficient
Unit
cover
factory here.
for shenanigans.
Building underway. Standing guard. Moving.
While that guy's sitting there,
Unit complete.
refresh.
En route. Ready for action. Rolling. Building complete.
Then we'll prepare an
Unit
attack
factory
force.
here.
Actually, I should probably set up some gun towers that can
Yes,
guard
sir.
the recycler, shouldn't I, in case this line gets breached. Well, I don't think it'll be breached in the while I'm just running off to cause some more havoc. Although I did see a couple of walkers show up, so I don't know if this is wise. We're gonna try it anyway because it's funny. Especially since we're rapidly running out of scrap and I want to go hurt somebody.
Unit factory here.
Let's see what kind of pain I can inflict. At least I have the lab track? Sure you do, Lou. Sure you do. Don't notice me, don't notice me, don't notice me, don't notice me, don't notice me. Cool. I can get away with cheesing the AI. Sort of. Doesn't quite work the same way, but a cheese is a cheese. The cheese has been achieved. Those are enemy tanks. Probably shouldn't be here anymore. Let's run. Goodbye. I better come back with friends.
Warning. Damage critical. Unit lost.
Okay, I shouldn't have gone out at all. And now my scavengers are about to be blown up.
Following. I'm on it. Who's next?
Scavenger
Stay
lost.
Wow! I am amazing! Holy crap, that was incredible.
What, did you run into it just as a pilot got into it?
No. I just chose the literal worst time ever.
Unit factory here. Building underway.
Alright.
Unit complete.
Who's next?
This time, after we blow up the golems, we'll just wait for our friends, and then we'll all run in there and hit them a bunch. Sound like a plan? Sounds like a plan. Let's go hit them a bunch. The power of cheese compels thee. I can take that one hit. Okay, 2 hits. Programmed in 1 lost explosion for old time's sake. 2 explosions. You can rival, you truly are something. You can rival the game. How dare you? No. No, I'm offended by that. Call me bad all you want. I'm not game journalist bad. That's an exaggeration, I'll have you. Oh god.
Warning.
Oh god.
Damage critical.
Okay, maybe it's not an exaggeration. Wow.
Who's next? Stay put.
Offensive unit lost. Offensive unit.
Alright, let's try that again. That's a lot of enemies in there, actually.
Ready for action. En route. Falling in.
Alright, after we blow up the walkers,
Building
then we
complete.
save.
Unit factory here.
Then we build up our
Building
forces.
underway.
Then we charge in like a madman.
Unit complete.
Who's next?
And no sooner.
Lead on.
Yeah, yeah. Alternatively, maybe I should have just saved up for a day record. One down.
One way to do it.
Safe way to do it. Alright, now that that's done, we make a save before I charge in like a moron. We'll let our forces gather. Then we blow them up.
Yes, sir. Lead on.
Alright, we've got to gather the force.
Standing.
Whoops. I didn't know you could save like that.
Falling in. Fighting enemy.
Yes, sir.
Fighting enemy.
Get
Got.
up!
Bring him on.
Whoops.
Bring him on. Please. Bring him on.
Sasquatch here.
I wonder if it's worth attempting to snipe one out.
I'm reading strong electromagnetic pulses from the portal, Lieutenant. Best keep away. There's no telling what might be coming.
Wait a minute. Nothing's coming through. They're retreating. Congratulations, Lieutenant. I think you may have just gained the upper hand for us. Seems to me we'll be following them as soon as we have control of the Pegasus.
Oh, that's it? Okay. Your strike against the Chinese base has given us the edge we so badly needed. The Chinese have retreated to Elysium to lick their wounds, but they have left a garrison to defend the gateway. We will have to get past the defenders to gain control of Pegasus and take this battle to Elysium. All I needed to do was just bum rush them, huh? Alrighty then. So... let me see. Well, it doesn't look like I can beat this one before it gets a little too late, so I think I'll go ahead and pivot over to video reaction mode then. Let's see. What kind of video did Gilgamesh want me to react to? Ah, the System Shock remake. Oh, what happened? I haven't watched something from Matt McMuscles in a long time. You know, that'll be worth watching. Okay.
Yeah.
So, I
Anyways,
guess...
well, you have fun with that, for I should probably get going. Still some things I need to take care of on my end.
Yep, it is getting late for the both of us, so... alrighty, we'll go ahead and move into video reaction mode. For those of you who are watching live, or watching the VOD, if you don't care to watch the reaction part of the stream, go ahead, feel free to log out. I hope this was entertaining for you. So, next time we jump in, we'll engage in a blitzkrieg, apparently, according to that mission title. Alrighty, we'll see how that goes. So then, we'll see you all later. For now,
Bye.
I'm going into reactor mode.
See you later.
See ya. Alright, the brother has vanished. Now I just need to prepare for react mode. Okay. Grab the link. Window. There we go. Alrighty, let's go ahead and close out of this game since we shouldn't need it. Alright. Move the OBS window over here. Knock down desktop audio just in case. Switch over to lazy display. Alrighty, so the video title for everything here. Let's chat up to. If you want to prove yourself, maybe play Cuphead. I've got a lot to see to before I can see to Cuphead. Already committed to... what's it called? I've already committed to finishing Battlezone, then Devil May Cry, then pivoting to Xenoblade for a while, so... it'll be a while unless I want to alternate, perhaps. And that's not something I should do with Cuphead. No, that's a bad idea. Already gonna have one hell of a time readjusting to everything else. Either way, so... for those of you unfamiliar with the channel we're about to watch, Matt McMuscles does a series called What Happened, effectively detailing the story development cycle of movies and video games. So he primarily focuses on video games, though he's branched out to movies every now and then, and as a result he brands it as such, and does all sorts of interesting stuff. And as you can see, based on the recommended, he'll do stuff talking about the Wii U. He'll spend a bit of time looking at pretty much anything, really. And the key here is that just because it shows up on a series doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to be a bad game. Because, I mean, down here you've got Fallout 76, which everybody knows how that one turned out. But he also did one for Metroid Prime, and with good reason, because with Metroid Prime, there was a translation error. Well, there was almost an issue where the entire visor system was almost lost in translation. I think that's probably the best way I can put it. There was I believe the way it was translated was something to do with a bug's eye. And I remember seeing the actual dev interview where that happened, where it was some amount of, okay, what do you mean by bug's eye? And what was referred to and what ended up coming from that was the visor system. So an entire feature almost didn't get in because of a translation error. And that's the sort of nonsense that happened in the Metroid Prime life cycle, and yet, well, development cycle, and yet it still turned out to be a good game. So just because it ended up on Matt McMuscle's channel doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad game. So I do remember that this remake has been talked about a lot, to a point where I think years ago when I was hearing about it, because I'm pretty sure it started and restarted development more than once. And I remember hearing about it, I want to say back in 2014 or something ridiculous like that, where it had been around for a long time and yet nothing had been happening with it. So I'll be very curious to see this full storied history. So let's see what Mr. McMuscles has to say for himself. Or let's see what System Shock Remake has to say for itself, as narrated by Matt McMuscles. Okay, you can get... Yeah, it should be fine as far as the stream is concerned. There it goes. Now you're good.
Hey, if we're gonna be skittering through the steel hallways of the Citadel Station, we should probably fuel up with a delicious bowl of Magic Spoon.
Yes, the usual sponsor section that everybody has to have nowadays.
Sponsoring today's video. If you're an up-and-coming skeleton-based computer hacker like me, you're gonna need more protein, less sugar, and fortified lots.
Alright, we'll just go ahead and skip through this
muscles at checkout. McMuscles.
You get the bag, but I don't eat breakfast cereal all that often, so I'll leave that for later.
Let's start the show.
Welcome once again
Insect.
to another cyberspacing and Citadel Raisin episode of What Happened, the show that hacks into the database of pop culture history to uncover the most arduous development story.
Right. Oh my gosh. Did he do a video on Gollum? Please tell me he did a video on Gollum. Oh my gosh. There's a group that I keep up with that runs a podcast called Every Frame of Pause. They're a bit controversial because they're known for being very critical of basically everything, but they put out a very hilarious pair of videos just highlighting all the hilarity that 2 or 3 of them ran into, and alongside that just reacting and giving context to that in a full-blown 4-hour podcast episode. It was, my god, the insanity of this game. Who just thought that this was a good idea? I mean, a stealth game based on Gollum, not necessarily the worst idea, but why this?
And this week's story, much like our last one, covers another video game that had a tortuously long development cycle, but eventually saw the light of day, or more accurately, the unfeeling abyss of space.
Yeah. Space! Do it, make a stream series for Gollum? No! I liked playing games. Well, okay. In order for me to play a game, there's usually a contingent of, okay, do I at least have some degree that I'll like this, or is it actually a good game that you guys will be entertained by me being awful at? I'm not going to seek out bad games. This is still very much a hobby for me. If you can get me to where I can be a full-time YouTube personality, then we can talk about doing intentionally seeking out bad stuff.
It's a tale that spans 8 years, multiple engines, and several instances of starting again from scratch, all in the
this is what I remember, that it had multiple false starts. Yeah, fun times.
Pursuit of reintroducing one of the most chilling fictional antagonists the world has ever known.
Yes, funnily enough, I've got the box, a pretty large box of System Shock 2 sitting on my desk that I don't think my father or I ever played. I don't even know how I ended up with it, because I never played it, my father never played it. Actually, now that I look at that shelf, I've got another rare gem that you can't even find on stores anymore. No One Lives Forever 2. Ancient FPS. Well, not exactly ancient, but it was back when 3D was becoming more common, but you can't find that in stores because of licensing issues, so definitely older, because getting back to System Shock, Shodan was... Well, people were joking how GLaDOS was just discount Shodan. That should give you an idea as to how revered Shodan is as an antagonist.
So grab your audio logs and any spare severed heads as I answer the question, what happened to the System Shock remake?
What didn't happen? That's the shorter answer.
You can't properly break down the history of this particular game without simultaneously breaking down the history of its developer, Night Dive Studios. While they may be best known for their excellent re-releases and remasters of fan-favorite games like Blood, Turok, Shadow Man, Doom 64,
Wait, they did the Turok remaster? Huh, good for them.
Quake, Power Slave, and the upcoming and incredibly ludicrous Rise of the Triad, the
Well, that box art alone made it look utterly ridiculous, but then again, if they're specializing in bringing back the utterly ridiculous and reminding everyone of its existence, good on them.
company only came to exist because of System Shock. In 2010, well before they had ever
God, this is why I'm remembering there being all sorts of nonsense involved. My gosh. Yes, 2010. Over a decade ago. Yeah, that should tell you how long it's been with System Shock. This is going to be a storied adventure.
founded Night Dive, two burnt-out video game artists, Steven and then girlfriend but now wife Alex Kick, were on a long sabbatical traveling throughout Mexico to hopefully recharge their batteries. During a torrential downpour in Guatemala, Steven opened up his laptop to play some games he had installed before they had left on their journey, but realized he had forgotten System Shock 2. Hooking up to his hostel's Wi-Fi and logging on to GOG, he was shocked to learn it wasn't available, despite it being one of the service's most requested games.
It wasn't available at the time? Hang on. I'm curious, is it actually on the system now? Hang on. Because this was back when GOG was far more well-known, or at least really becoming known for it. Okay, when was it put on the system, I wonder? So... that looks like the remake, though. Yeah, that looks like the remake. Let's see. There's System Shock 2. Here we are. An enhanced edition, I guess. Yeah. Look away, Lou! When was it added onto the service? Well, that's the release date. I don't think you'd tell us when it actually got put on, though. Actually, easy way to find out. We can just use the Wayback Machine. Toss this in here. When was this live? Let's get a sense for it. Wow. Really? That's when people had actually saved a snapshot of it. What did I do? You didn't do anything, Lou, but it gave a warning that no one under 17 should look at it. So, look away, Lou. Either way, getting back on topic.
This then sent him on another very different journey to find out why System Shock wasn't playable on modern PCs, and depending on that answer, to hopefully make it a reality. Steven's internet sleuthing as to who owned the rights to the franchise led him to an article written by Jared Newman on G4TV.com titled The Lost History of System Shock.
Hang on a minute, didn't you say 2010? This came out 2011. Hang on. Was this something that had been discovered later? Okay, the story doesn't quite make sense here then, or am I paying too close attention? Well, let's see if they reconcile it.
The piece revealed that a Midwest-based company by the name of Star Insurance owned it outright, and thus decided to contact their lawyer, George Borkowski, to inquire where System Shock currently stood, which, as it turns out, was in an interesting position. I spoke to Mr. Kick directly for this episode, where he explained to me how this was the start of an early string of lucky breaks. To my surprise, George, wrote me back and asked if I wanted to make System Shock 3. I think at this point I had a few $1,000s to my name and was more or less sequestered in the jungle, but I replied with an idea. What I'd like to do is make System Shock and its sequel playable again, an idea they hadn't heard yet. I would find out years later that my timing couldn't have been better. A week or two prior, Electronic Arts had let their trademark rights for System Shock expire.
EA letting an IP go? Hang on, did hell freeze over while I wasn't looking?
and Star had just applied for it. However, in order to claim ownership, Star had to find a way to prove they were commercializing the trademark. What better way than by re-releasing and selling the existing games?
And depending on how much work it would take to get it running on modern PCs, which presumably would be less work than just making a new one outright. Yeah, seems like a perfect storm with how they're describing it.
Aside from one very brief attempt at a System Shock 3 that eventually turned into Dead Space, yeah, that was a thing, check out this video here, EA never did anything with the franchise, and as Steven said, eventually let their trademark lapse. So the only thing Star Insurance asked for from Mr. and Mrs. Kick was to raise a significant amount of capital to pay for the licensing fees and to set up their own company from scratch, something neither had any experience with.
No pressure.
So after a lot of DIYing and asking friends and family to help invest.
Okay, I know this is stock footage, but the way he's using that roller is bothering the hell out of me.
They cut a check, gave it to Star Insurance, and got to work. Which is something I would be saying to you if they didn't also have to prove to GOG that they now own the license to System Shock.
Yeah, because that's all sorts of fun that goes into this, and the reason why GOG was one of the first to on the ground floor to get all this set up, because what made GOG special is that they went through all the trouble to make sure that, one, it works on modern PCs, and two, they actually made sure that all the rights holders involved actually did get a piece of the pie and was able to make sure that everything was properly organized. So it is a lot. They put in a lot of work, and it's a shame that GOG isn't doing better than it is, because now that a lot of the quote-unquote mainstream old games have been put on there, they don't get as much attention now. So to my understanding, they break even, but they do not make nearly the same money as Steam, and that is kind of a travesty. Although you can't necessarily blame PC gamers too much, because Steam does just keep adding more features. They remain the top storefront for a reason, not just because of inbuilt monopoly, but either way, let's get back to the video.
We all know, in the history of the world, 99% of the time, opening up an online support ticket has never actually done anything ever, but this just so happened to fall into that 1% of the time that it did.
I don't know, I've had to get GOG support help for one thing, with I think a corrupted save for the first Witcher game, and I was able to mostly get what I needed sorted there, but either way, back to it.
Thankfully, I got a reply soon after. The email I received was part of a longer thread. I read through it, and it included someone from their marketing team discussing my claim with the head honcho. He's probably full of shit, but investigate just to make sure, it read. So, with the green light from every possible party, it was finally time for the arduous process of painstakingly taking every line of code from System Shock 2, and there we are! And yet another early example of
and when did that happen?
Shock 2, and
oh, darn, there's no... Oh, shoot, he took out the exact timing. That's okay. I've done similar things when I've grabbed clips from grabbed article snippets, so I can't really complain too much. If I care to know... Actually, you know what? Here's a way to find out. Let us type in... Oh, hang on. See all that? Let us type in those exact words real quick, and let's see. So this is probably going to look weird to you because this is an ultra-wide screen. Let us look up that exact article headline. Okay, so this is the closest I could find. Let me bring this up real quick. Alright, closest I could find, dating to September 15th. Alright, cool. That should give you an idea as to the timeline then.
There we are! And yet another early example of incredibly good luck, most of the work had already been done somewhere else.
I'll just shout out to GOG actually should update some of the games on their side further. For example, you need to download extra programs to run Arcanum of Steam's and Magic Obscura. But yes, GOG deserves better. Give us money. Well, of course you're going to be on board because they're a Polish company, but still. they do good work, so it is well worth it. I agree, give them more money. But although I do remember running into that with, oh right, I remember, it was Populous the Beginning back when I was thinking of reviewing that, where the exact graphical drivers were all sorts of nonsense to where I had trouble getting it to work properly. So I ended up abandoning it after a while, but still, stuff like that. It definitely could stand to be looked over again, especially as PC hardware has changed a little bit since Windows 7 days. And especially when that was a lot of what it was geared toward. Because fortunately, a lot of the quote-unquote big stuff still works, like Knights of the Old Republic, but still.
During those initial negotiations with Star, an anonymous modder had actually converted System Shock 2 to modern rigs independently and with minimal compatibility or performance issues. Steven made it very clear to the administration at GOG that the version of the game he was submitting to them for testing was made by this anonymous modder, but GOG unfortunately attributed the porting work to their tech ninjas, which took a little smoothing over with the System Shock community. Within a month of the port being available though, it had generated $700,000, which helped establish Night Dive, a name Steven and Alex had come up with due to their mutual love of diving, and to hire a number of talented off-site employees.
Wait a minute, 700,000. I mean, if it was available for what, $8 to $10 a suit? I mean, worst case scenario? Well, if you assume worst case scenario and everybody bought it at full price, I mean, that's what? 70,000 people that immediately just jump on it? That's sizable. That is not bad at all for a re-release of an ancient game. Although, to be fair, System Shock is well-renowned, but still, not bad. And that's the worst-case scenario.
Who would all strive to bring other classic games to modern setups and eventually consoles. With a relatively simple conversion performing so well, and the fact that they now had the publishing license, it made perfect sense to go one step further with a full remake of the original 1994 System Shock that had started it all. And while Night Dive had caught a number of lucky breaks up to that point, much like the Citadel space station itself, you never knew what was around the next corner and when that luck would eventually end.
Oh boy. Let me guess, there was an Engine Changer 5? That's usually how this goes if you're gonna have Unreal Engine 4 peek out its head from behind a curtain.
I asked Stephen Kick why they decided to turn towards Kickstarter to help fund a System Shock remake in lieu of other options, and his answer isn't too surprising. The main reason we used crowdfunding was to stay independent. Up to that point, we had never worked with a publisher and the process was foreign to us. We had also seen how well Double Fine and Red Hook had done with Broken Age and Darkest Dungeon respectively.
I would contest the Double Fine doing well with Broken Age because, I mean, to be fair, Tim Schafer in general is very much like Peter Molyneux in that he works best when he's got somebody standing over his shoulder reminding him, hey, you know, we do actually need to make a product after all of this. And because of that, I remember Broken Age being a little controversial at the time because they were only able to get half of it done, needed to release it in early access, and then put out the second half. And that led to very major differences well, not necessarily in the story, but definitely in the difficulty curve. It led to substantial differences between the first and second half, to where you were effectively playing two different games. So, and to be fair, this was a point-and-click adventure, so effectively the level of obtuseness was radically different. So, I would contest Double Fine with Broken Age, although if you want to say Psychonauts 2, I mean, so far as I know, that worked out pretty well for them. Only to check out that game, well, I'd be tempted to check out that game at some point, but Tim Schafer is also a bastard sometimes who doesn't treat his fans all that well, so I don't know. I'll need to think about it. Either way, Red Hook I will grant you. Darkest Dungeon worked out really well for them.
And decided to throw our hat in the ring. Unfortunately, Mighty No. 9 had soured the waters, so we knew we'd have to show our work, which is why we launched with the demo.
Good call.
We had a lot of faith in our ability to make a good game, and the demo would hopefully prove that.
Good call.
And it certainly did. After slowly growing a proven track record with the Turok remasters, Night Dive announced the System Shock Kickstarter in June of 2016, asking for $900,000 to create what was initially going to be a pretty faithful remake in terms of mechanics and level design. The problem was the Kickstarter was a bit too successful in that it smashed that goal very early on and would eventually go on to accumulate $1.3 million by the campaign's end.
Yep, this always is how it goes, and that's part of the reason why things went crazy. I mean, I think I remember another story where I think it was Skullgirls, I think it was. Bear in mind, this was before the more recent controversies where another dev team came through and said, hey, I don't like this old concept art and old artwork, we're just going to change it. No, why are you doing that? But before that controversy, back when Skullgirls was pretty new, I remember there being a controversy where there's something to the effect of they had set stretch goals for their Kickstarter, and I believe they received some backlash for how pricey even a singular character was. And then they eventually went back and said, okay, well, here's all the work that goes into creating a singular character for this fighting game we're making. Bearing in mind that Skullgirls is a fighting game that is entirely 2D animated. So that would take a substantial amount of work in order to polish up, balance properly, draw properly, make it all look really nice, fit in well with the art style. It is a substantial amount of work, and that's partially why they had said at that point, but it was jarring for people because whenever stretch goals have hit something before, whether it be, as it may turn out with System Shock, as we may see, whether it be this, whether it may be one of Double Fine's efforts, I believe Pillars of Eternity ran into something similar at one point. The stretch goals can become a burden that ends up shackling you, and you end up over-promising and under-delivering as a result of that. So let's see if that affected System Shock.
Something the team weren't necessarily expecting. To give fans even more options, it was decided, mid-campaign, to add PS4 and Xbox One ports to the stretch goals, which, while making a ton of sense at the time, would lead to some pretty serious issues. Unity was initially chosen as the engine that would power the remake.
Unity, huh? Yeah, let's use the thing that uses C# for part of its code. Yeah, that totally works well when you've got a lot of things to manage. Yeah, what's that? Pillars of Eternity? Oh, I need to get that video finished so I can explain why Unity should not be used for anything more complex than Hollow Knight.
Which was perfectly fine for their needs as it was simple to program for and fairly versatile. The problems came, however, when they quickly realized that it was not yet optimized to run very well on consoles in 2016.
There are more pressing concerns regarding Unity. The problem is that C# and most programs like it that have a lot of abstraction where it handles a lot of that for you, and especially when it handles your memory management, what it boils down is that it just doesn't scale well. And I think the best example of that is something from Pillars of Eternity. I don't know how visible it is on the streams I did, because for those streams I suspect that I had done most of the important inventory management. Wow, that's some thunder. I don't know how much that came through. Wow, man. Well, I guess that's one way to cool us off. I guess I don't have to call the handyman anytime soon. Need to make sure this ground floor is actually maintaining heat. Guess I don't have to worry about that for today. Either way, putting that aside, so for Pillars of Eternity, the crafting system within the game means that any individual item can have a whole menagerie of statistics associated with it, even if it's just a simple short sword. And because of that, you end up needing pretty large objects in order to store them, at least within the game's code. And because of that, whenever I would let the stash build up to something like more than 8 pages worth of just all of these items, and whenever I tried to shift-click a single one in order to just sell the useless junk, it would sometimes take me upwards of 10 seconds just to shift-click it because of how internally Unity is storing all of them. And there probably would be ways to get around it, or at least minimize it, but the problem is that if you want quick memory access, you do not use C#, and that's what Unity is using in its backend. So, yeah. Either way, not being optimized for console, that is still a good reason, though. So let's see what else might be throwing a wrench in the gears.
So, to keep everything in parity and for the long-term betterment of the project, Night Dive made the decision to switch to Unreal Engine 4.
Something that is far more complicated and using a completely different language for its backend. Although, to be fair, most engines use for their backend code, the stuff that's actually interacting with the graphics card, most use C++, which is fairly low level by modern standards. Although, Unity, well, Unreal Engine 4 nowadays, it used to be that they had a proprietary modified version of their own code that they use for the front end. Now it just uses C++, which means there is just enough differences in how the language is structured that it would be tricky to migrate your code over.
Now, I know what you're gonna say. Hey, that's the exact same decision which fucked up Jaeger's Dead Island 2. Well, yes and no. If you'll recall, Jaeger started working with UE4 in 2013, where knowledge of its programming ins and outs was very much in its early stages. And moreover, System Shock was never going to be open world. Much like the original, it was designed to be a tight, claustrophobic experience. Night Dive then had to hire a number of new programmers and artists who were more familiar with UE4, but when they and the initial Unity team started to collaborate, there was a bit of a disconnect. A new art director was brought in who unfortunately wasn't a fan of the clean look that was seen in the Kickstarter demo. These disagreements eventually got to the point where the decision was made to start over from scratch, with everyone working towards a shared vision. I think to most, this seemed like a pretty reasonable course of action given the circumstances, but Stephen Kick admitted it actually resulted in way more issues.
How so, I wonder? I mean, I could understand there being a lot of bitterness left around because of having to just rip it out and start it from scratch. I'm running into this with my current job right now, actually, in that I effectively was told to come in like a wrecking ball, and then I had to dial it back when I ran into friction, and now there's still some friction there because we're having to convert some code into something that's thankfully not a different language, but we are having to convert a system into a different format, and that's, in my mind, it's an opportunity to make sure that everything is in its proper place and easier to understand, but the problem is that there is resistance to that because, hang on, we've got a couple people who are already familiar with this, who knows how it works. Why are we rocking the boat when we know it already works? So, fun times abound whenever you're having to move any system or rip it out, start over, yada yada yada. There's always friction when it comes to this sort of thing. I'd be curious to see what exactly they ran into.
At this stage, our original prototype team began to leave the project. This is when I should have stepped back in and made the necessary decisions to right the ship, but we had made such a dramatic investment in hiring the new UE4 team that I believe starting over yet again would have been catastrophic. I had been assured time and time again that this new team would deliver, and I had no other choice but to trust them. And while the team did deliver, it was unfortunately on something that started to differ from the demo that the Kickstarter had originally launched with, approaching more of a reboot or reimagining rather than a faithful remake. Periodic development updates throughout 2017 started to garner harsher and harsher reactions from backers, which caused a rapid decline in both morale and workflow. Feature creep also started to rear its ugly head, which, if you're not familiar with, is a design phase where so many new features and improvements get added so quickly that it becomes untenable to support them all and actually starts hindering progress.
See any mobile game or free-to-play MMO. Or League of Legends nowadays, if my understanding of how that's going is any indication.
Progress very much started to be hindered on System Shock. So much so that Stephen Kick decided to step in and officially hit pause on the project so the team could reassess what they had, what they needed to do, and the best way to move forward. One of the things they realized was that for the amount of work that still needed to be done, the remaining budget wouldn't suffice to do it. And unfortunately, Night Dive wasn't able to generate interest from any publishers to help fund the rest. Stephen's public statement to backers had called this phase of development a hiatus, a term that he since regrets using, as it carries a more negative connotation than what was intended. Somewhat predictably, a vocal portion of fans took this news a little less than elegantly.
This must have been what I remember hearing about. Yeah, this was not well received.
Those first few weeks after the hiatus were some of the most difficult of my life. I received multiple death threats. Night Dive was reported to local authorities in Washington and Oregon on fraud allegations, and at one point a number of backers attempted to file a lawsuit against us. Regardless, failure was never an option for Night Dive, and slowly we began building momentum and rebuilding the trust from our community. We live-streamed development as often as we could and fielded questions from our backers. Any opportunity we had to show transparency, we took, because above all else, we wanted everyone to know that we were still working on System Shock, and we would fulfill our promises. So, how would they go about fulfilling those promises? Yep, you guessed it, a complete project reboot. Again.
Always something,
As
isn't
if there hadn't been enough already, another unforeseen issue which really didn't help matters was the fact that at the very same time Night Dive were working on their System
Okay, I don't know how much audible that thunder is, but that's way too perfect.
Shock project, Warren Spector, the original producer of System Shock 1, was working on his. With the IP under their control, Night Dive licensed it out to former Looking Glass co-founder Paul Neurath's Other Side Entertainment to help re-establish the System Shock brand with not just a remake, but a brand new sequel with Warren Spector at the helm.
This, as you can imagine, was a lot to keep track of for some fans, and when System Shock 3 imploded and was abruptly cancelled for reasons that are still not 100% clear, a portion of that fallout drifted over to Night Dive, as some fans actually thought the cancelled System Shock 3 was the System Shock 1 remake. Fortunately, even though Spector's project failed to materialize, he was still very supportive of the work Night Dive were doing, and constantly gave feedback on their newest builds, which Steven cited as an absolute positive that helped guide the project.
That's
And
good,
part
at
of
least.
that guidance led back to the team's original intention they had from the very start, a measured, authentic remake that stuck as close to the source material as possible, only updating what needed to be updated. Profits from some of Night Dive's other releases like Blood Fresh Supply, Doom 64, and Shadow Man Remastered, as well as striking a publishing deal with Prime Matter, would fund the rest of development, so there was that at least. But as long as nothing disastrous happened in 2020, the team were confident they'd be
Subtle, video editor. Very subtle.
able to ship by the end of that year.
Very subtle, editor.
Yes. COVID-19 caused a number of delays, as several employees working from home were laid low for weeks at a time, but that wasn't even the worst of it. Many others on the team were moonlighting on System Shock, meaning they were working day jobs at other studios, which often isn't an issue as long as neither project affected the other. However,
But
3 specific employees that had been essential to System Shock happened to be working at a studio that Epic, makers of the mainstream blockbuster phenomenon One Must Fall, suddenly up and bought, and because of their non-compete clause, were barred from working on anything else. Night Dive thought since they themselves were an official Unreal licensee, Epic would cut them a little slack and allow said individuals to continue their work.
Are you kidding? It's Epic Games. Have you seen the Epic Games Store? They want a stranglehold on everything.
Which was met with an enthusiastic fuck off.
I don't recall saying good luck.
This greatly contributed to the delays seen through 2020 to 2021, as they scrambled to find other experienced staff members who could do the same specialized work, which obviously was a big to-do. After that had been finally settled, the team also felt they needed one last step back to see where they were. One of our missed release dates was due to us looking at the game long and hard and just deciding we needed more time. Could it have been released then? Yes, but it would have sucked.
And that's why they delayed Tears of the Kingdom for a year, even when it could have gone out. Always good to be sure.
We had already invested an immense amount of time and money into the project, so we had to bite the bullet and give it the extra time in the oven it needed. That pledge of transparency Steven mentioned earlier was also maintained, as another demo was made publicly available, which very clearly showed the renewed focus and attention to detail the team were working towards. After a few more tiny delays here and there, there's always a few, the System Shock remake finally released on the 3 major PC storefronts on May 28, 2023, 8 years after development had officially started in 2015. While the console editions are forthcoming, it can't be too easy to translate all the commands and
Uh-oh. Hang on. Sorry. me a sec. Sorry, I just saw a light flicker, so... Oh dear, hang on, let me check the radar real quick. How bad is this thunderstorm gonna be? Okay, so it looks like the worst is hitting us now. Okay. There's not too much left on the video, it's only 2 minutes left. Let's see if we can get this done. I should be... Worst case scenario, if I lose power, I'm on a UPS. I think it's called... The acronym is Universal Power Supply. So, if I lose power... The internet and my main monitor will be active for at least a few minutes. So, yeah, let's see if we can get this done.
Control options over to
no
a
more
controller.
getting interrupted.
The PC
no more
version
interrupting.
thankfully achieved plenty of glowing praise from various outlets, as well as an enthusiastic fan response, something Steven is very thankful for. It doesn't feel real. I've been dreaming about this game for the past 10 years, and I almost don't believe the review scores and the comments I see from fans. All we wanted to do is make a fun game that lived up to the legacy of the original System Shock, and it appears we've done it. What seemed like an impossibility for so long has finally come to be, and I couldn't be happier with what my team accomplished. In fact, most of the negative reviews stem from the remake not updating some of the more obtuse elements from the original, which proves you really can't please everyone, as when you come down to it, we're all pathetic creatures of meat and bone, panting and sweating as we run through life, hopelessly trying to challenge an immortal machine. And if you know of any other projects that were born from the fruits of so much imagination and labor, do let me know in the comments below, or enter the gore-filled steel hallway that is my Twitter. See you next time!
Hackers.
And thanks for watching!
Alrighty. So, turned out well enough. That was from Matt McMuscles. Definitely a channel worth checking out if you're interested in gaming history and all the silliness therein, or just want to know what the heck happened with this development cycle. Why did it take so long? Either way, looks like that thunderstorm has well and truly hit my area, so I better call it quits before anything else happens. So, quick update before we close out. Xenoblade tomorrow morning, and then the next stream after that, looking at the next week, it will be the usual on this channel. It'll be Friday for co-op nights, Saturday will continue to be focused on Battlezone, and then Sundays are going to be Baldur's Gate 3, because over on the review channel, I'll be doing a release stream for Baldur's Gate 3, that will be on Thursday, and then that will be taking over the Sunday slot from then on, and Xenoblade is going to be moved to infrequent Wednesday streams until both Battlezone and eventually Devil May Cry are both done for the Saturday time slot, at which point Xenoblade will take that up. So, that's what you can look forward to there. Till then, thank you all for watching. Thank you for the video recommendation, Gilgamesh. And